Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 98, day 5. Today we got ourselves a green day, and gosh, is my other computer being so slow right now. I'm trying to change the thumbnail and it won't let me. No, I think it will right here. Let's see. Actually, it's kind of funny because it's been going so slow, like the last 10 minutes trying to set everything up, and now it is actually not that slow. Because I think I can click this, and boom, now the thumbnail is also updated. Anyways. But today, of course, two main things we'll be doing. The first will be Guild Wars. We got ourselves a green Guild Wars today. And we have been on a winning streak, it looks like. We're going to be having the bonus for tomorrow, too, so that's huge. That means all of tonight and all of tomorrow we'll have the 100% extra XP bonus, which will be pretty nice because we get to synergize that with vault farming, of which we shall. But anyways. So we have that going on. Aside from that, of course, we will be farming the Vault event. We do have 100% XP bonus simultaneous to a weekend-long Vault event all the rest of today and all of tomorrow until Monday reset time at 3 AM Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, we have plenty of time to still grind it out. It tells you the time right over here, if I'm not mistaken. 1 hour, or 1 day, 6 hours. Actually, it's a little bit easier to see on this. 1 day, 6 hours, and 46 minutes. But anyways, that's how much longer we have for the Vault event. But anyways, let's start off with Guild Wars. Of course, we got Green Guild War today. Did we show the team last night? I'm pretty sure I forgot to actually show it. We have been every single night except last night, I believe. But we basically have a Weaver team if it was pure blue. I mean, pure green, I mean. It's basically pure green Weaver, which is perfectly fine. So, oh wait, why do I keep trying to copy it? I guess we could. Copy, no. But, yeah, we're just gonna go straight into Guild Wars with this. Should be good to go. How is our defend team doing today? Gosh, it did horrible. Well, people actually decided to fight us for once. Unfortunately, they also decided to win. We're currently number 2 in the bracket. That's pretty cool. Actually, after our win, we'll be number 1. Wait, how are we number 1 in bracket 4? How did the higher brackets get easier all of a sudden? Did my guild just get better, or did everyone else around us get worse, or is it a combination of both? I guess our guild just got slightly better. I'm not sure how we magically got better, but we're about to get to bracket 3 for the first time in a little while. If we get to bracket 2, we haven't been to bracket 2 for like years. If we somehow make it all the way back to bracket 2. We were actually in bracket 1 back in the day. We were the first guild to ever win bracket 1. Ever. Like the very first Guild War. That is not the case these days. We haven't been in bracket 1, I think, for like 3-4 years now. But, yeah, we might get back there someday. We'll see. Definitely not an actual active goal, because it is so annoying to try to climb back up. But anyways, that is definitely not what we want to use. That is what we will be using later this stream to go grind the gnomes. However, what we do want, though, is the team I was just hovering over earlier that it didn't actually save. But there we go. So we're going to be running Essence, Queen, Weaver, and the good old Leprechaun for a little bit of mana. Obviously, Essence of Evil is absolutely devastating. And I don't think we need to change a single thing here. Just double checking everything we have. Looks good to me. It is indeed a green Guild War day. It is indeed a green Guild War day. And it is indeed a green team for the green Guild War day. And we're set to 12 magic. Hey, that's my defend team too, except without the Beatrix. Ooh, maybe I should add the Beatrix. Beatrix is kind of devastating. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. He is using Elementalists, which is bad for us. Very bad for us. If he doesn't have Convert here, we probably want to pass our turn. So he has yellow to green, which does not hurt us. And he has purple to green, which also does not hurt us. So yeah, yellow to green and purple to green. So yellow to green, fine. Purple to green, fine. So let me just take some purple. Hope he goes for that convert and see where that leaves us. So he'll go and do a convert. Good. We are frozen on green. However, we could just destroy everything. One other thing to consider is somehow he doesn't actually have any alignment whatsoever. So as long as we don't get super unlucky here, I can move this over, and as long as a green or purple doesn't drop there, we're actually perfectly fine. Just move on. The only problem is if he does get that, we kind of lose. So I might just take a Leprechaun and hope the next board is not horrible for us. And guess what? It actually was not horrible for us, surprisingly. So we have 2 different options here. We do have Cleanse, so we should probably go Cleanse. It is webbed, however, it is not stunned. So we can just take that. And I think we just won. I'm pretty sure it is easy as that. There's a safety precaution, though. I actually want to Essence of Evil this. And now we just really win, because that should be one-shot Weaver range. So now we go for a, actually I could take extra turn skull. So let me take extra turn skull, get our kill. Pressure damage, I don't need the green there, so we'll take that for a kill. And now Beatrix just loops into the win. Oh, don't you dare, no, no, no. Don't, we already won, stop trying to win. Stop trying to win, we already won, stop it, stop, we won already. You're already dead, stop trying. Stop trying. Okay, well we almost died, but it's fine. Gosh, even a webbed book that it doesn't even have all of its levels. I think that was like a level 0 book or a very low level book that wasn't 10 because it wasn't mana draining us. But gosh, is that thing so annoying? He was like dead, and he was still trying to not lose. That thing is so devastating. Do we need to change anything here? No. Elementals again, which is slightly concerning again. However, as long as he doesn't get Lord of Slaughter off, we're probably fine. Honestly, I'm probably more scared of Lord of Slaughter here than his book. Because all we really have to do here is disable Lord of Slaughter and we probably win. Alternatively, we could do a disable book before it happens. It really just depends on what his starting move is. Because he's going to convert to brown. We actually don't have anything on our team really using brown at the moment. We could switch to such if we really want to. But I'm probably just going to Leprechaun turn 1. Hope it's not a bad cascade and go from there. I'm pretty sure is our game plan here. So we're putting it a little bit to luck. Yeah, books are so broken. They are so broken. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's like a patch that nerfs them. So, wow, this is a bad board. It has 2 green at the start. If nothing else, this is almost... Oh, no, this is both good and bad for us. It's bad because there's absolutely no green, and we need green. But he also needs green, so this is going to do almost nothing when he does his cast there. Unfortunately, I also can't really do anything. We ideally want blue, but there's a distinct lack of blue. I could take a green to yellow to red, but there's really not any point in doing so. Plus it gives him a skull. And he has Enrage right now, which is a lot of damage. Even if I get Weaver up, there isn't too much we could do with it. It's a very awkward situation. There's a couple different ways we could take a yellow. I feel like we actually want to take it from here in case we get double or triple blue somehow. Very unlikely, but it is something we actually need. If I take any amount of these reds, we do give him a skull. So even though we need to deny him, it's probably better we just take our own mana. That then triggers a skull for us, which actually extra turn blue, which is actually a win. So now I just keep clicking Beatrix until we can't click Beatrix anymore, and then we probably win off a Weaver. Well, that was quick. We already can't click Beatrix anymore. That was a super quick chain of literally 1. Our hero is dead. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we're dead. Very dead. Another non-upgraded book? Interesting. Oh no, that is upgraded. Where's the mana drain then? Oh, he's using brown book. Ah, I see. He's using brown book right now. Alright, let's just go explode. This is obviously going to go onto, what's his name? We can't kill him with a skull, otherwise that would be what we do here. However, we can very much kill him that way. And then we go for this, hopefully get our cleanse, get our extra turn, throw down Weaver, and that's basically a win. You're not stunned right now, so we actually don't lose our turn because the cleanse triggers before the freeze check there. Oh no, I didn't see that you got a buff thingy. Oh no, wait. Oops. Let me fix that. Book, get out of here. Oh, whoops. Yeah, this is Leprechaun, and that's basically a win then. We just go for Beatrix, and... I thought that would kill, probably should have double checked. Whoops. Not too big a deal though. Anyways, next battle. We have ourselves... Okay, so this one will drain us. Oh, no, never mind. He's not upgraded. Oh, good. This guild doesn't have their books upgraded. That makes things a lot easier. The other guy did, but he didn't have the color of the day. He had brown on a green day because he's converting green into brown. However, this one is using green on green day, but it's not upgraded at all, so we don't have to worry about it too much. While book can still completely decimate you as normal, one thing it lacks is the mana drain, which is extremely crippling when you're using a pure color team, because it basically gets 8 mana drain per cast, on top of the like full mana that it does, on top of the skull spam that it does, on top of the extra turn that it does, on top of the extra effect like the entangle and everything that it does, particularly on this one. However, it doesn't do any of that, well, except the skull damage and the mana. But all the other aspects it doesn't do. Only the skull spam and mana. That's still a lot of things. But, yeah, it's not anywhere near as threatening. It's still threatening. Just nowhere near as threatening. Oh, yeah, I didn't say hello to everyone yet. Question, how to get 3,000 diamonds in less than 36 hours? Unless you're literally farming vault keys, like, every second between now and then, pretty much impossible. And realistically shouldn't be tried for. Because that's a lot to get in that time. Like, even if I opened just straight vault keys from now until, like, reset, or, you know, like, reset on Monday, I'm pretty sure we still might be a little short on diamonds. Well, maybe not. Because how many... If you opened... Actually, Tyrion might know, because he might have done this recently. But if anyone else who has, if you open vault keys for an hour straight, does anyone know approximately how many diamonds you would get? Because you actually would get several hundred. Like, you legitimately would get several hundred, but that does mean you would have to have enough vault keys laying around to do them straight for like 5 or 6 hours. But you would probably get a few hundred per hour, because you get like, what, 60 per drop? Because if you have it on the max difficulty, you're getting 60. Which actually isn't that small of an amount. It definitely adds up pretty quick if you could do that for hours on end. The problem is you would already need to have the vault keys, because farming that many vault keys and using that many vault keys in that time, probably impossible. Let's see. If you have 500 event keys, is it optimal to use 50 at a time? Yes. Generally speaking, you should almost always, if you have the time, be doing 50 at a time. Because if you have no vault keys, you get a discount when you do it 50 at a time. And if you have like literal thousands of vault keys, the reason why doing 50 at a time is actually beneficial is because if you get the drop that you need prior to the amount, you end up saving whatever the remaining is. So if you end up getting like a mythic on like the 3rd drop, but you used 197 key, or you used 200 keys instead of 50, you basically just wasted an additional 150 keys that you didn't need to waste. We're in a really weird situation right now. I feel like our best bet is to disable Beatrix, oddly enough. The biggest concern here is that we're stunned, which makes this kind of awkward. The other alternative is, does he have Stealthy on Hero? Because I can actually just go for Hero. My concern with going for Hero, though, is if he gets even a single extra turn, he undoes it. Which is not good. One other alternative is just don't cast it at the moment. And just hope we actually turn off a Brown, which we actually did, surprisingly. We don't have enough damage, so we're going to have to do this again. Hope we actually turn off a Brown again, or not at all. And now we just go for Weaver. And now we won. We can just do that, throw down a Beatrix. Could also just double Beatrix. But there we go. I don't like to depend on Beatrix to actually land an extra turn. Like, if I can go for an option that isn't that, I normally do. Because I have near 0 confidence in ever doing so. Okay, we have a max book now. So this is basically the same team, but stronger, that we just faced. Because it's the same team, but now he's running a max book instead of a non-max book. The previous one didn't really get to cast. What about only 2,400 diamonds? Well, it'd still be the same premise. The only way you could possibly get that many diamonds in that quick amount of time is to open a lot of vault keys. And I'm not sure you can actually do that if you don't already have some amount of vault keys. Because of how much time it would take to both grind and obtain them all. We're in a really good position right now. As badly as I want to disable the hero, I don't think we can. I think we just go for Beatrix, hope he doesn't stun us, and then just go crazy from there. So we go for Beatrix just to disable his cleansing capability. He leprechauns us, which is... Ooh, whoa, whoa, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. You weren't supposed to get a book. You weren't supposed to get a book cast from that somehow. Oh no. Well, we got rid of his cleanse, however, he has everything else. Let's see. You're not supposed to do that. I'm actually gonna take a blue here. Oh wait, we actually extra turned something? Amazing. Let's go disable that before he goes and wins somehow. I'm gonna go for a Beatrix even if it doesn't land extra turn. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Let me go Essence, the only thing left that can even remotely kill us. Alright, we're fine. We'll go for this. What a weird battle. We'll go for it again. I think we just loop him at this point. Yeah, there we go. What a weird fight. Let me guess, the person in rank 1's using the same thing? Or is that rank 1? No, we still have one more. And, no, they're actually using a Mirage Queen. Ooh. Actually, we have a very similar team. Except mine is centered around true damage, and his is centered around skull spam. But, other than that, we have a very, very similar team here, actually. Interesting. Because the same premise of team. It's a, Essence of Evil Leprechaun team. Even with same class, the Archer class. Oh, same banner too, pretty much. Except I'm minusing red, he's minusing blue. Which is, technically, we both could be minusing red because he's using Mirage Queen, so it doesn't matter if he minuses red or blue there. That's kind of funny. But we're basically running the same team, except mine is true damage built and his is skull spam built. Which makes sense because the AI probably does better with the skull spam version of it. That's pretty funny. He's also doing it in a bit of a different order. Normally you'd want your Leprechaun to be a little bit further down, but I guess it's doing that to tank. Though you can also just have your Mirage Queen there. Because if I was to center this team, I'd probably go Essence of Evil, Mirage Queen, Wild Queen, and then Leprechaun. Basically how ours are structured, where we have the Essence of Evil, then the Legendary, then the Mythic, then the Leprechaun. I'd basically switch to 2 of them then, the Leprechaun and the Mirage Queen. But aside from that, we basically have the same team. It's pretty funny. Well, we basically have a mirror match for the final fight, so let's see how it goes. What's the fastest way to get diamonds? The absolute fastest, it's not really a resource you can get infinitely normally. Generally, how diamonds go is you get them slowly per day through dungeons. However, the best way to infinitely farm them is actually this weekend right now, because it's a Vault event weekend right now. So you can infinitely farm diamonds off of Vault events. It's the only time where you can realistically infinitely farm them, just by getting Vault keys, and then those Vault keys have a chance of being diamonds. Okay, I think I go for Wild Queen here. Essence of Evil is scary. Ooh, you know what? What if he insta-kills us there? Well, then again, that scroll's not going to be there anymore. Yeah, I think we get rid of Wild Queen. As much as his hero is also a threat and you just one-shotted us, I think it is more of a threat to deal with the Wild Queen. So as long as we actually turn here, we're fine. Because then we get a Weaver there. And then we get a Web Spinner there. So I think we're fine. He does get a resummon. He does disable one of our most important things as well, which is unfortunate. I can't drop for mana there. I'm just going to take that so we can get Web Spinner rolling. Worst comes to worst, we could probably kill with only Web Spinner if we truly had to. Can we get another mana here? Not for 5 times, which I really need. But we could do that. Throw down Beatrix, and that almost wipes him. If we actually turn here, we actually wipe. And there we go. And actually one more will do it. But he doesn't really have any threat left. He doesn't even have a team left. Everything is just like random resummons that he got earlier. There we go. That's a little sketchier than it need to be. Mostly because he did land the 15% insta-kill. We had to risk it at least once, and he actually rolled it correctly. Which hurt our score quite a bit there, but oh well. Oh gosh, they have a lot of people not doing their battles. But there we go. Not too bad. And because I did too bad, well no, we didn't lose, never mind. But yeah, we almost made first place in our bracket. Close, not quite, we're getting there. Need one more person to do their battles. And we'll be the best of the best. We'll beat the best of the best by becoming the best of the best by getting one more person to do their battles. That's kind of funny. That's a good guild name. That is pretty funny. But yeah, all we have to do now is beat the best of the best, and then we'll be the best of the best. There we go. Now we'll move back up to bracket 3 finally after a while. Yeah, I want to keep those pity keys there. Anyways, I did say hello to everyone. Hope all you've been having a wonderful weekend so far. Hello. I guess like so focused when we do Guild Wars, so sorry about that. But anyways, hello everyone. Hello Isabel. Hello Tyrion. Hello Nightmare. Hello Logic Slayer. Hello Ricardo. Hello NASA. Hello Imperial. Hello Tyrion. Hello Wyatt. Hello Sushi Ninja. Hello who did I say hello to? Hello Cookie. Hello Mr. Jesse. Hello Eduardo. Hello Crisp. Hello Ricardo. Hello Lester. Hello hello NASA. Hello Lucian. Hello Eric. Hello hello Hung. Hello Michael. Did I miss anyone? Hello Bill. Hey, Bill made it first. And hello everyone else. Class weapon tier list. Oh yeah, we did that actually last week on stream, and then I never posted like a follow-up video thing that I meant to. I wanted to do that for the hero classes too, and I still didn't. Oh, thank you, Gadget. Yeah, we've been doing this for 6 years now, as of last week, a week ago, the 23rd. 6 whole years. But I never did post those 2 videos, did I? I need to soon, TM. We actually covered a weapon tier list on stream, but I wanted to make a nice organized video from it too, and then never did. Plus, we still need to go over the normal ones. I actually already have everything set up for the normal ones. I just need to record it. Not sure if I'll have time tomorrow, but I definitely want to get to it next week for sure. Both of them, that is. Anyways, so where were we? Oh yeah, what was the other thing? Didn't Isabel mention question? I didn't see what it was. Also, hello Easy Breezy. Let's see, just found the Horde Mimic. Nice, congrats. During a Nomopalooza, yeah, we actually found a 5 times yesterday. Unfortunately, it didn't have our thing in it, but we did find a 5 times. Let's see. Where's our hellos? Oh, I did the hellos. Yeah, I know. I forgot the hellos. Well, the problem is, if I don't do the hellos before Guild Wars, it almost always gets delayed until after Guild Wars because of how I do Guild Wars. Because I like so overly focus on it sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean almost every single time we ever do it. And because of that, yeah, it tends to get delayed sometimes till after we finish out Guild Wars. That's why I need to remember to actually do it before we start. Otherwise, it probably won't happen. Or not won't happen, but you know, it almost always happens after the fact. Best place to run into gnomes. Generally, how you want to get into gnomes is win as quickly as possible. Earlier on in the game, this would consist of any kind of quick kill Rowan team. Rowan you get for free from completing out Forest of Thorns. So if you have like a Leprechaun, use with it, stuff like that. Things that can accumulate mana very quickly. It tends to be the route you want to go. But it's based on how quickly you can win Explore, pretty much. So just go to a low-level Explore, bring your Rowan with a bunch of mana accumulators, one-shot them over and over again, and hopefully find a lot of gnomes. Also, as you find a bunch of verses, you can then do a Gnomapalooza and farm gnomes that way, which is probably what we're primarily going to be doing this stream as well, is farming Gnomapaloozas. Anyways, we cleared out that. Was there anything else we need to clear out, like side stuff-wise? Oh yeah, did we ever claim the orb from World Event? I don't think I did. I think we're done with it, but I didn't claim the reward yet. Let me go grab that, see if we get a power. We haven't gotten a power in a while. It's been a little while since we got a power orb. Obviously, we just finished Guild Wars. So we don't need to worry about that. And we got the max XP all week. Nice. I'm not sure what guild we'll be up against tomorrow, but that might be a straight week of extra XP. And of course, the most important three here were the yesterday one, the brown one because that was for Friday, the blue one because that was for today, and this green one because this determines if you get the bonus tomorrow on the 5th one. And it looks like we're getting all of them, or at least all the ones that matter because the other one doesn't matter too much. Anyways, what was I about to go do? So we did that, did that. Oh yeah, let me clear our dungeons real quick before I forget. Get a little bit of diamonds there. And then we'll go and hunt for gnomes. Probably going to be doing mostly Paloozas this stream. Also going to go a little bit longer. I actually made sure to take a nap earlier. So I'll be nice and well rested for the stream. So we're going to probably go for at least a couple hours. See how many gnomes we can get. If I go until at least 10, maybe 11. Probably not midnight though. They do still have a few things I need to pick up tomorrow. It's my mom's birthday on the 2nd. We're going to be doing a few things. Let's see. I'll take that down. I did not say till reset. I at no point said I would farm all the way till reset. I said I would farm longer, but definitely not till reset. That is definitely not happening. I know some people do. Like they'll do like 8+ hours per day. I generally don't these days, mostly because we already have so many resources. Though we did technically one time last week. There wasn't a vault weekend. Anyways, with all that out of the way, we will be handing out 2 codes this stream, by the way, as well. We did that earlier. We'll hand out the first one soon. But first, let's go start up a Palooza. Let's go into the Paloozas. Let's go to a nice, easy kingdom. How about Center Mirage? One of the one-shot locations. The main reason I want to do this is I want to go set my team to the correct team. Also, we're kind of close on shards, so this might be one of the times where I actually go and reset my shards. This isn't too important, but it does save a little bit of time. How do you get Phoenicia? Phoenicia is a random drop from Glory Gem Guild or VIP chests. Generally, it is extremely unlikely you would randomly come across it. So it is best to just stick with Rowan builds earlier on in the game, because trying to get a Phoenicia is very hard to do. Unfortunately, this is that one mythic battle, but I want to get this out of the way so it doesn't slow us down when we start doing the other thing. Because now we don't need to worry about our shards being a high number. And there we go. Wouldn't that be fun if we get a 5x mimic here again? We did earlier this week. Nope. And by earlier this week, I mean yesterday. Anyways, now we're all set up to go start our Palooza. So we got the timer ready, right? Yep, timer is timering. Now all we have to go do is click over to the thing, go over to games, go to SoulForge, go to other, and let's go get a Palooza rolling. Let's click craft, and there we go. Alright, now we have the 15 minutes on the clock. Now let's go get this thing. Actually, you know what would be kind of funny? Though I would have no clue how exactly to get it. Though we could always have a clip of it. Oh! Ooh. I would have to waste one Palooza. But that actually would be kind of funny. Oh, but then we would have like a background behind it. Unless we found a way to also remove it easily. Which would be kind of hard because of so many frames. But what I was thinking of was... Oh gosh, if this was later on... Wow, that's good loot. Oh wait, I just realized I'm using the wrong team. I'm actually using the single one. I should be using the double. Whoops. There we go. But I could go get the timer that shows up in game, that 15-minute timer, and have that run down the entire time. The only problem with that is to get a recording of that, I would have to waste an entire Palooza. But we could record it and then put that into the thing. The other issue with that is I'm not sure if I can loop something that goes for that long, or play something in the little interface thing that would actually go for that long. I'm not sure it can handle that big of a file, because obviously it would be 15 minutes long. It'd be kind of small out over there in the corner, but it would be 15 minutes long. There's currently not a way to have that properly on your screen when you're doing a Palooza. But we could technically, like, make our own. The only problem is we would need to, like, waste a whole Palooza to record all 15 minutes of it. It also would not have a non-existent background. It would have, like, a weird background of wherever we recorded that. Oh, no, there actually is a way around that. Oh, no, there isn't. Wait, is there? Can you get onto pure black? If I scroll all the way up, would I actually be able to get it in pure black background? Because I know there's, like, no borders or all around the thing. So there might be a chance you can get into pure blackness. Does it actually appear above or below the other asset? Let me go double check real quick. This might waste a little bit of resources. Let me go check. Where does it actually appear? Yeah, it replaces the other icon. So, oh no, you can't get on pure black. You can almost get on a pure color though, like on the clouds or something. But anyways, where were we? We just wasted like 20 seconds. But that would kind of work. That would be kind of funny. So we could replace the timer in the corner for when we do Paloozas with a stylized timer of the actual one in game. I'm not sure if that animation would get distracting though. What is that music? Oh, it's a there's a few game modes in this game that have a specific music track when you play it. There's not too many of them. Treasure Hunt's one of the other ones. However, it's the music for Nomapalooza. So whenever you find 4 verses, one of each of the 4. For 15 minutes, you can activate a Nomapalooza. You should only be done during Vault weekends, like right now. And for the duration of a Nomapalooza, you get every battle that you fight has 4 gnomes. And if you do it during a Vault event, you also have the heightened chance of finding Vault keys from those gnomes. So it's a great way to find epic Vault keys and normal Vault keys. And that's why I was talking about earlier where you'd get most of your diamonds. Because most of the diamonds I was mentioning earlier would come from those Vault keys and epic Vault keys specifically. While there are a few gnomes here that can drop diamonds, a good bulk of them are actually coming from the Vault keys themselves, not from the other gnome drops. Hello, Jason. Hello, Jonian. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We were promised a later, longer stream today. I know we are. I am doing a later, longer stream today. Well, not a later, but you know, a longer stream. Yeah, we're going for a couple hours. We're not going literally till reset, but I'm going and doing it longer than normal. Hello, Jinky. Welcome. Just use the skull and crossbones graphic from the Terran's World thing. I could do it that way. And that would make it so it's not bouncing all over the place. Because I could just put that behind where it is. I could actually do that right now if I really wanted to. I just have to dig up where on earth that asset is. That's definitely possible. Are you gonna start Nomapalooza? Nice. Make sure you have a good team set up for it. Like Rowan into Leprechaun or something. Basically any Rowan team that can get mana quickly, so normally you want to use Leprechaun for it. And even if you don't have other mana accumulators, just putting like a hero that doesn't block Rowan's mana, followed by Rowan and then double Leprechaun, that's actually enough to win quickly. And then you just do that on very low level Explorer, like Explorer 1, Explorer 2, or something similar. Anything you can one-shot consistently. With the Rowan pass. Yeah, these things give a lot of loot. It's actually pretty insane how much they give. This is a pretty recent feature too. Nomapaloozas have not even existed for a year. Vaults have lasted for a couple years, or you know, have been around for a couple years, the whole Vault system and everything. And it was updated like 2 years ago, like 2 summers ago. However, last summer they added Nomapaloozas, and gosh, are they so strong for loot. So strong, Nomapaloozas have actually been nerfed 3 times since they were released. All within like the first like month of it being released. But yeah, they've been nerfed 3 times already. They were that good. And even right now, after 3 nerfs, they're still insane compared to the loot that you would get otherwise from a Vault event. Like, even after 3 nerfs, you're getting about, I want to say 5 times as much loot now compared to what you were. Maybe closer to 10 times. Yeah, actually, never mind. Closer to 20 times. Because I would say on an average weekend before, I was getting, like if I was getting 10 to a dozen Vault keys, it was, like, a good weekend. Now, like, that goal is, like, 200 to 300. Instead of 10 to 12, it's like 200 to 300. So yeah, it is actually 10 times better, isn't it? Like almost more than 10 times better than what it was prior to Nomapalooza's existing. Even after 3 nerfs. It's just that good. And that's accounting for time of farming them as well. Obviously, it'd be even higher if you weren't farming them, if you already had them. But, it's not that long to farm them. Like, you can get a couple sets, like, you can get a set pretty consistently per hour, if not multiple. Make an all-green team with Rowan, Leprechaun, and, King Oberon. I'm not sure if he has King Oberon, though. Actually, is King Oberon in drop table? Wasn't he pretty recently? Because you have to keep in mind, those things aren't in the drop table until about a month, like 4 to 6 weeks after the fact. And wasn't he just added a few weeks ago? So if you didn't get him a few weeks ago, I believe he's actually not in drop table right now. So do be wary of that. Because wasn't he like 3 weeks ago? Because normally anything that's in Legend, any new Legend that's added to event key drop table, as well as any Glory Troop on a given week, the way that they work is they come out for Glory or event keys, and then for 4 to 6 weeks they're not in the drop table, then they come back. This is a pretty dated mechanic that basically made it so it'd be worth it to use Glory and to use event keys for them. I guess that's still relevant for event keys, however, it's not that relevant for Glory, given how common Glory is now, compared to how it used to be back in the day. So it's a little bit of a dated mechanic, but it's still a thing. Like, they don't immediately go in drop tables. Mythics do. Like, when a Mythic comes out, like, next Friday, and then it's around for a week, the exact day when it's, like, not in the drop table anymore, it is still in the drop table. It's just not the only Mythic in the drop table anymore. Oh wait, what was, Jinki's, link? I didn't see it. Oh, is there a link directly to the thing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, go check that in a moment. Well, in a moment, I mean after the Palooza. But yeah, we could put that behind the timer. And then boom, we got ourselves, the good old timer. The same one that they have. Oh yeah, what text does it use? Does anyone know what text the Palooza uses in-game? Like what color it is? Because I can change it to anything but green with how I have it set up. I think you could change it to green as well. I would just need to not green screen it. I would need to like blue screen it or something. I can technically change it to any color I want. Hello, Presumed. Welcome. Actually, I would have to red screen it, wouldn't I? Because isn't green... No, green standalone color. Never mind. It's RGB, duh. If it was yellow, I wouldn't be able to do red. I would have to do blue. Or if it was like a teal color, I would have to do a red screen. Another immune to burn on Golvania on Monday? Oh no, I might need to switch to Sword's Edge then. It might be officially the time I say goodbye to Golvania and go say hi to Sword's Edge. I think even right now, before that troop comes in, Sword's Edge is still better. I just, out of habit, run Golvania. However, if we're getting another immune to burn in Golvania, I think it's finally time to go to Sword's Edge. It's kind of funny because when I first started the game, I wanted to get to Sword's Edge so badly because I had like several Sword's Edge troops on my team. And there was actually a bonus back then that once you complete the kingdom, you get like a bonus when you're using the same type. This is a retired feature that doesn't exist anymore. However, it has been transferred over to pets. So you know how you get like an extra bonus when you use like multiple of a certain type for a kingdom? There used to be, basically banners used to function like that. Like back in the day, banners did not give you mana colors. I believe for the first couple months of the game until it was eventually changed. But yeah, I don't believe they initially did colors. They actually ended up doing troop bonuses for when you use troops from the kingdom. So, you know, like any troops under the banner would gain additional bonus. Basically how like the pets work now. However, that feature was eventually retired for mana accumulation off of them, which is much, much better, substantially better. However, it made it so some of them that were really actually desirable because you actually got a bit extra stats. It wasn't a lot of stats. We also have to keep in mind a lot of stats didn't exist in the game at the time, so getting even a little bit extra stats was pretty huge. A lot better than wasting a Nova Palooza, I know, right? I didn't think about using a graphic just behind it. I need to go dig it up on the other browser thingy. Yeah, we'll do that after this Palooza ends. We'll go put the a nice shiny graphic behind our timer. So yeah, what font color does the one use in game? Also, hello, Presumed if it didn't say hi. Welcome, welcome. As well as G-Leo. Let's see. It uses a... Oh yeah, it just uses a white. It uses white on like that black and the other thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I could just put that behind the thing. Though how they have it is actually almost like how our setup is right now. Now that I look at it, because it's like black with like the teal line there, which is exactly how ours is technically set up. Just with a bit of a different style. So technically where the number actually is, ours is set up the exact same way right now, except it's not bouncing. Ooh, 4 soul gnomes. That's a lot of soul gnomes. Also, we'll hand out a code after we finish this. Actually, how about I hand out the code after I set up the graphic thingy? Also, would that make the number hard to read? I'm not sure if it would make... Hey, verse 2. I got my verse back, or my Nomopalooza back. How convenient. That's actually the second time this weekend that has happened to me now. Where we do a Nomopalooza and we get the Nomopalooza back. Because verse 2 basically means an extra Nomopalooza for me, because it's my lowest one. So every time we get one, we end up getting extra one, which is nice. I need to figure out where I keep my timer, so I can have my other thing next to it. I'm actually not sure where my timer is in my interface right now. I'm pretty sure it just says timer. Yeah, it does. Okay, I found it. It literally just says the word timer, which makes sense. I have my timer named timer. I'm not sure what else you would name your timer. The numbers that move up meter. Actually, that would be a fun name for a timer. The ultra number that moves up meter. Hey, another epic Volky. I think that's 2 in one go. Very nice. Counting with time. Oh gosh, another epic Volky. Did we just get back-to-back epic Volkies? Or almost back-to-back? Didn't I just say we got an epic Volky? And it's like, oh, here I have another. We almost doubled our epic Volkies already in one single go. Amazing. Actually, I think we did. Because haven't we gotten 3? Who knows, maybe we'll get a 4th. Because before we're averaging like 1 each, now we're getting like all of that at once. 3 in 1. Let's see, I thought you were going to use controllers. Oh no, not today. I was just mentioning it the other day. But I haven't for a while. But now I'm just doing it the normal way. Whenever I've been doing the controller lightly for, it's been lagging the game. So I've been doing it manually. It's not that much slower doing it manually. Like, I know exactly where to click after doing this for hundreds upon probably thousands of hours. I think we're fine. Like, it is slightly quicker with controller. But, like, we already know exactly where we need to click everywhere. So unless we misclick, it's not really too much slower. Hey, I need to stop on this battle regardless of what it is. Oh, it's not that bad. Double Soul Gnome to glory. I'll take it. That one's bad, though. I said, hello, Eduardo. Welcome, welcome. You currently need a pink verse. It's torture. Oh, that red one? Yeah, that's the one I'm mostly missing, the red one. The pinkish red. Verse number 2. I think that's the pink one, right? Yeah. It's like a reddish pink. Alright, there we go. Hey, 1,000 glory. Nice. And 3,500 souls. And some epic ingots I don't need. Okay, let me go get that one graphic. Let me go find it. Alright, one moment. I need to go open up a browser thingy. Oh, I can also go stop the timer now. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have stopped the timer because that would allow me to go center it properly. Oh, well, we can still guesstimate where the center is. Let's see. Let me go get this graphic real quick. Might take me 1 second. Let's see. First, let's go open a browser thing. Figure out where this is. Close that.
Really hoping
let's see. The good old YouTube ads. I'm looking for Terran's World. I'm looking for the graphics section. Actually, can I copy paste it for my own stream thing? Because that'd be very, very convenient. Let's see. I think Isabel posted it earlier. Where's that link that Isabel posted? No! It won't. Wait. What if I copy it? No, I can't click it. Oh, I actually can't click the thing. So I gotta go manually find it, even though you gave me a link. Actually, no. Well, I could if I open up my YouTube thing. Hold up. So if I do this, if I go here, wait, why can't I see my chat? Click refresh. Come on, show me my chat. I want to click the link. These will be way quicker than doing it otherwise. Let's see. One second. We'll get this graphic working. Oh, thank you, Isabel, for posting it again. That made it slightly quicker. Open that in a new tab. Boom, there it is. Copy image. Thank you for that. Or actually, save image as. Put this in our graphics location. Which is currently where? There it is. Name it, yeah, I might as well just keep it default name. Why not? Show it in folder. Actually, I don't need to show it in folder. This is the PNG version, right? Yeah. I hate how PNGs show up on web pages now. Because they don't look like PNGs anymore. Which is confusing. Anyways, so if I do that, and now I go add right here an image. Oh, I might have to drag it down. Let me call it Palooza or Gap. I'll call it Gap. Gap back. There we go. Okay. And now we go browse, go to OBS, go to that one, open, and move this over here. There we go. And obviously I need to layer it under our timer. Just gotta drag it a bit because it doesn't actually like to scroll when you're doing that. Almost there. Almost there. And is now there. Ooh, that makes it slightly hard to see with the white though. Might need to change our color of our thing. Oh no. But you can't quite see it with the white. I see. We could make it teal. We could have a teal timer. Does it get green screened if I make it teal? What is teal made of again? It's blue and green. It's gonna green screen itself, I am pretty sure. How do I even change that? One second. Settings. How do I change text color? Well, whatever I opened is not how. Edit layout. Edit layout. Timer. Set layout settings. Image. How do I change text color though? Text. Here we go. So I need you to be this color. And I need you to be this color. Not what I wanted. Wait, you have to make it an image? You can't just make it a color? Oh no. I need to go make an image of literally just a red square. Wait, do I seriously have to go make an image of like a red square because you can't just set it as a thing? Is there no way to just set a background color? Really? I have to do like just a solid square? Wait, it didn't save my thing though, right? That's weird. How do I make this a different color? It doesn't want to. I don't know, I might need to find somewhere else to put it. That or put it like slightly above it. We could always do that. Because I'm not sure why that didn't change the color. We could have it like that. Boom, there we go. We could do that, if you guys don't mind it blocking the screen slightly whenever we have it there. It's not like anything important's really happening in that area anyways. But anyways, let's go hand out a code. And then we'll hand out another one a little bit later to stream. Before I keep fiddling with this. But, there we go. Also, welcome back, Ricardo. But let me go get you guys a code. As I mentioned. And then we'll go have another one a little bit later to stream. Keep grinding the paloozas. 1 second, I'm just waiting for the page to open. Honestly, this computer's being slow right now. I should probably just have put it into chat. Luckily, it did just load. Let me just put this right over here. go and copy paste the whole thing for you guys, and we'll be good to go. Here you guys go. There is the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Copy paste the random numbers and letters, starting with 2C. And it gives same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Anyways, let's go and let's go do this. Let's go do another palooza. So I wasn't able to figure out how to change the color, but which is weird because I literally changed the option that's supposed to change the color, and it didn't. I guess maybe I didn't click save. Though all I had was an OK button, so I clicked the OK button. Apparently it's not OK. But oh no, that corner thing works. We kind of got it going. Like, we'll see how close it looks. Like, obviously we don't have the whole bouncing effect, but I feel like that'd be more distracting than anything if you saw it bouncing the entire time. Let's see. Though we could like animate that real quick. Though I wouldn't be able to do that to the number itself, only to the icon, so I'll just leave it as is. Anyways, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, Palooza. Let's just do Palooza. Get it rolling again. Then we'll update our number. Where is the Palooza? I just clicked on it earlier. Why are you hiding on me? Okay, let's make sure the timer's working after I tweaked it. There we go. Yeah, it's still working. It's still doing timer-related things. Alright, to the Cinema Mirage. Yeah, no problem for the code. And we'll have another one a little bit later to stream. Put it between the counter and the timer. We could do that. The only reason I have it above is because that's the way the game has it as well. Hey, we got an Epic Vault. Gosh, we're getting so good on Epic Vault keys. But the main reason I have it above it is because that's the way the game also does it. But you technically could have it between the two assets. The only problem with that is as the numbers get bigger, the distance between them gets weirder. Because the distance between the vault key number and the timer number is drastically changing based on how much time has gone by and how many keys we have found. Because eventually the vault key numbers are going to be triple digit and double digit, and the timer will be way bigger than it is now. Oh, you know what? I can actually just center it off of the thing. Hold up, let me just move the timer real quick. Try to do it between the loading screens. Because I actually want it to be like center with the thing now. Like right there. I can move it right here. There we go. I think that works. That's right where like the centered with the troop bar. Because it'll bother me if it's not like perfectly centered with that troop bar. The only problem is I gotta keep manually tweaking it and make sure it's there. Okay, I think that's pretty close. Like pretty close. Move it this slightly. There we go. Okay, that's centered now. Perfectly centered with the troop bar. About as close as it's gonna get anyways. It's not like overly centered with the timer, but once it has double digits, it will be. Or, you know, once it's like over 10 minutes. That's good enough. It does what it needs to do. It very clearly indicates the palooza-ness of the situation. I should probably go put both of them in the same folder so I can make them visible and invisible at the same time. Actually, that's probably a bad idea. Because I use the timer for so many other things that aren't Palooza. So I'll just leave it as is. It's not that annoying to hit twice if I want to make it invisible. Why are writs so hard to get? I don't know. I wish they would add more ways to get them. Because the only ways you can really get them is off the dailies and from other random things. They're a really luck-based resource. They're one of the most important resources in the game, yet they're very luck-based when you get them. Like, they come in a very slow trickle. It's one of the only resources that you can't, like, infinitely farm. Technically, having more gems is a way of getting towards getting more of them. However, there's technically no actual infinite way to farm, verses. I mean, not verses, I mean, deeds. Because that's what writs are used for, of course. Writs to deeds. Though writs also have the purpose of creating those colored scrolls now, too. The forward scrolls, the ones from Tower of Doom. So after Nomapalooza, you got 19 vault keys. Nice, that's a pretty good number. And you got a few epic ones. Nice, that's actually a really good haul, Lucian. Yeah, I'd probably say that's about the average. Like getting about 20 total keys with at least one of them being an epic one. So that's a really good haul. for a Rowan build as well. Because Rowan normally wins a bit slower. Not that much slower, but slightly slower. But this team's kind of hard to build because you need double mythic. But Rowan's a really good alternative because Rowan's the quickest thing you can use that isn't this team, pretty much. That's your team for the event. I wish I could check it, but unfortunately I can't while in a Palooza. That's funny. YouTube has it as not show. Let's see if I can click the show button. Must click button. There we go. Now it is visible to everyone other than me. Actually, I think my mods can do that too. I'm not actually sure. I know sometimes it only sends the message to me. And I think it's mostly the bot messages. Like anything that it perceives to be a bot message. Okay, you guys can see it. Never mind. Because that's why YouTube holds it. Is because it thinks it's a bot. But nope, that's just what Gems of War teams look like. In numerical form. Oh yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do the other day when I was talking about something and lost my train of thought. I was gonna go show how to change a team's code number thing by simply changing the numbers. Because those numbers at the end there designate what trait you're set to. Those 1s and 2s and 3s. But if you have a 0 there, that sets it to no trait. Oh! Oh! A double curse. If we really wanted curse runes, I would wait 10 minutes and go claim that double curse. Instead, we only get 4. But if we would have waited, that would have been a minimum of 20. I wasn't going to wait, though. But if you really need a curse runes, like, that's the drop you want to see. Double curse gnome. Like, it doesn't matter what point you are within the map. It is worth stopping for double curse gnome if you still need curse runes. I don't, so I'm just killing them. But if that happened in, like, the last 5-minute stretch, I probably would wait, even though I don't need them as much. Like, double curse gnome is really good. Still haven't seen triple or quad yet, though. But unlike verse gnomes, they can appear in multiple. You can get 2 of them, you can get 3 of them, you can get 4 of them. I've never seen more than 2. Though we have seen 2 a couple times now. Yeah, it can occur. It's very rare. Even 3 and 4 can occur, though they're even rarer, obviously. It's hard-coded that verse gnomes can't anymore, but there's nothing stopping, verse gnomes can't. Because it's hard-coded that they can't anymore, due to what happened earlier. You know, when it first launched, how broken it was. But they don't have any kind of restriction on cursed gnomes, so it is possible that you get multiple in a battle. It's very unlikely due to their drop rate, but it is very much possible. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen double. Never seen triple or quad, though. Quad would be insane. Like, the probability on it's absurd. I'm not even sure what its breakdown is, but it's, I'm pretty sure it's, like, less than 1 in a million. Which is still possible, though. If you think of how many battles you cycle through. Like, if you have thousands of people doing that, someone at some point has gotten it already. He's got one right now. Nice, yeah. Curse gnomes are pretty good. They're mainly used for upgrading the Soulforge, primarily. Then the secondary purpose of them is to gain all the exclusives that you can get from Soulforge to specifically use them. Most of them are pretty bad, but they still help with kingdom upgrading and stuff. And the third thing that you can do with them is, like, craft them into resources. That's probably the least desirable thing to do. Like, you definitely want a highest priority max the Soulforge first. That's the main reason, or main use for curse runes initially. However, they do have a few okay purposes. Like, there's a few resource things that aren't horrible that they can craft into. But you primarily want to focus them all in initially on upgrading the Soulforge, because once you get it fully upgraded, you actually get a free power orb as well. You get like a major blue along the way, a free power, or some other resources that are pretty useful. They're only one-time claims for those, but they're still really good. Gotten what? Oh, I'm not sure which one we were referring to, John. But... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it was Double Gnome, is what Genki was referring to. I see now. But yeah, we got double curse Gnome. Yeah, Forge Scrolls are decent. My only thing I hate about Forge Scrolls is how many writs it requires. Like, if you craft Forge Scrolls without requiring those writs, that would be a really insanely good way to use curse runes. But the problem is the writs are more of a bottleneck than the curse runes more often than not. Because the more writs you put into it, the more Imperials you're losing. Or could have been having. Because if you think about it, it basically costs Imperial Scrolls plus curse runes to craft them. Even though it's technically writs, those writs are basically ending up otherwise into Imperials. So it's essentially costing you both Imperials and curse runes. If it was only curse runes, it would be worth it like 100% of the time. But the fact that it lowers such a useful resource is kind of unfortunate. That one time you posted a team code, but the first time it never showed up. Remember that? Wait, what? That one time I posted a team code, but the first time it never showed up. I'm trying to think of what instance you were referring to. I actually do think I slightly forget. Oh, I remember now, yeah. I see what you meant. I thought you said redeem code for a second, not team code. My bad. I was like, wait, I was confused for a second, but yeah, that makes sense. It threw me off because I read it as redeem code, which very confused my brain. But I was like, wait, I've only ever given, actually, where has he been? I've only ever given, Supplement, I think, a code to hand out. Which is what mostly threw me off. I think it's only been Supplement, right? Pretty sure. Unless Isabel's handed out a code at one point in our stream, I'm not sure. Because he always, Supplement always asks every year for his birthday if he can hand out one of the codes. He's actually done that for like 4 years straight now. On his birthday. He normally does some kind of riddle thing. Though I gave a hint that like made it like too easy last time. Yeah, YouTube, for how much money YouTube makes, the interface for their website and like some of the glitches that it has is like absurd. That they can have that much money but not make it like near perfect. Because there's so many problems YouTube has. I wouldn't mind another competitor toward them actually coming. That combines both like everything that YouTube does right with like everything that Twitch does right. The problem is anytime anything ever tries to, they have like literally no success. But yeah, I would love to see an alternative YouTube. It's just going to be really hard for anything to ever become the next YouTube. Because YouTube is just so huge. You figured out the riddle before his clue, did you? Nice. Oh, the problem is any alternative YouTube doesn't have enough name recognition. Is the only really big issue with that. Like, you can go up to any person and ask them, like, do you know what YouTube is? And, you know, you'll get a yes almost always. Unless you're asking someone very, very old. But, and I'm, like, talking, like, over 60 old. But, maybe even over 70. I feel like even people in, like, the 60 to 70 range know what YouTube is. But, like, you try doing that with some kind of, like, new upcoming alternative YouTube. And, like, barely anyone will know. That's always the biggest issue with alternatives. But I definitely prefer YouTube over Twitch. Like, that's, like, hands down easy choice. The Twitch is mostly just from the angle of streaming. Like, you can't really do video content there. Yeah, Mixer tried to be... That was mostly trying to be a Twitch alternative, though, not a YouTube alternative. I did try it. It was okay. It had a lot of flaws that Twitch had, and ultimately died. Because a lot of Twitch alternatives try copying what Twitch does, but they also have a pretty flawed system, so they tend to just die. Because they just basically copy Twitch, and just Twitch is just bigger Twitch, so they can't compete. The biggest issue in Moso with Twitch is finding anyone who isn't like one of the biggest streamers on the website. Because if you're a smaller streamer, it is even harder to be found on Twitch than it is on YouTube. Because while YouTube has a lot of flaws, its algorithm, while very inconsistent, is pretty favorable to smaller channels. As long as whatever topic you're covering isn't absurdly overly saturated, that is. Because overly saturated topics, you're probably not going to do well. Like, if you're covering, like, trending topics or something, like, you're just not going to on YouTube as a smaller channel. Because it's exceedingly unrealistic. Oh, I forgot to, oops. Oh, well. I forgot to go, do the timer thingy. We still got the extra loot there, though, if nothing else. I forgot to utilize the timer. What is the moon used for? Oh, the moon is used for, actually, that's a good question. What is the moon used for? I actually completely... Oh, it's used for when the Hatter and Scroll troops, I remember. I can't remember which one. I think it's Hatter Ascendant? It's either Scroll Reborn or Hatter Ascendant. Okay, it's Hatter Ascendant. Let's see. Is that the better one? Where even is it? Wait, where is it? There it is. But yeah, the moon is used for Hatter Ascendant. Which, is actually pretty bad. You would never actually get this troop. Well, maybe not never, but it's a pretty underwhelming troop. It's also costs a bit of resources, 8 major blues. Like, 8 major blues pretty useful. Like, you definitely want to make sure you have Zugov before you ever craft this, that's for sure. If you already got Zugov and Enraged Karandera, I would maybe get this at some point. Because the biggest cost about it is having moon plus... It doesn't consume your moon either. You get to keep the moon. But the main cost of it is 8 major blues. But you definitely want to make sure you have Zugov and Enraged Karandera before you do. Like, these are much higher priority to craft, particularly Zugov, before you would ever craft Hatter Ascendant. Hey, we got a bunch of Volkies there. We'll keep them there. Anyways, let's keep going. Actually, I don't know. Should we do some normal farming or just keep doing Palooza? I might just stick with Palooza. The good old Palooza. I feel like Palooza's more interesting anyways. Oh no, is it? I'm not sure. Like, you get more loot, but there's not as good of a variable of loot. Like, I feel like there's more things when you're doing normal farming that are interesting. Like when you get a verse and if you find a cursed gnome, because it gives you a lot extra resources when you find it outside. Whereas the only thing we're really looking for that's like above and beyond is like if we get an epic Volkey or something. Hey, that reminds me, I should probably go update the numbers. Where are we even at? Because I haven't updated it for like 2 goes now. I made sure to have the numbers preemptively so I would not forget. So we had 251, which means we are now at, or sorry, 241, which means we are now at 103 Volkeys. So let me go update the Volkey number. And then the other one is probably at like 7 or 8. Gosh, we were doing really good. So this is at 103. And the other one is at the number of, it was at 266. We're currently at 278. So that's 8. Wow. Or 274, I mean. But there we go. Alright, so we're at 8. 103.8 is where we're at right now, not counting Pity, which is at 22. So we're almost at 150 then. If you count them all together, it's like 140. Anyways, yeah, let's keep going. Let's go do another Palooza. Get that timer rolling. Oh, yeah, I always keep doing that. Every single time I see blinking mail, it's like, oh, it might be something. Also, I don't understand why that one doesn't blink. Though I'm kind of glad it doesn't. Though I wish it just didn't have an exclamation point to begin with. Anyways, let's go do another Palooza. To the Palooza. Oh yeah, that was something I wanted to poll today. Wait. Hold up. What was I going to poll? It was something related to... Let's see, we polled the teams yesterday. Oh gosh, I was going to poll something today. Completely forgot what it was. Does anyone remember from last stream? Oh gosh, I actually completely forgot what it was now. I completely forgot off the top of my head. So you have your issues with YouTube, but you've been watching it for years, same. I wouldn't mind a new platform, but they have trouble gaining... Yeah, that's the biggest issue with any alternative. Like, YouTube has such solid name recognition that, like, you can have an infinite budget and still lose against YouTube. Because they just have so much name recognition. It's absolutely insane. Oh yeah, I was going to do PC. Yeah, I remember now. Thank you. Or I didn't remember. Ricardo remembered for us. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, that is the one. I actually did want to poll platform. I have polled in the past, so it's actually been a couple years since we polled this particular one. Let me go to it. Okay, so what platform do you watch the streams on? Let's see, what platform do you watch the YouTube streams on? I should probably say. Let's see. So we'll go PC. We'll go mobile / tablets. We'll go TV / console. And then is there a fourth option? What else is left? PC, mobile like devices, TV / console. I guess other? Is there even anything to put under other? What's left? What else can you watch me on? Or anything on for that matter. I think that's literally everything. Because that's PC, mobile like devices, stationary like gigantic devices, refrigerator. I don't know. I'll put other just to see if anyone votes for it. They'll know. If you watch us on other, you'll know that you're under other. There we go. Also, I didn't double check to make sure I typed everything correctly. Let's hope I did. Let's see, what platform do you watch the YouTube streams on? Oh, there is also an option that someone maybe watches us on multiple. So maybe instead of other, I should have had watch on multiple. But then that doesn't tell us which specific multiple. So whichever one you watch us on most, pick that one. Because technically some people might watch us on two different things. Because I know I primarily watch YouTube on PC. But you know, I also occasionally watch it on phone. But I would say I definitely watch it more so on PC than on phone. Anyways, oh yeah, let's go do another Palooza. Let's do another Palooza. Also, interesting, PC's actually winning. Because that's actually kind of curious, because more people play on mobile than on PC, but maybe that's why. Maybe a lot of people don't like maybe they might be playing on mobile, but watching it on the PC. That's another situation too. Because I feel like Gems of War would kind of be hard to play on mobile if you're also watching YouTube. Because of course there's that like little overlay thing that you can have on your phone. So you can do both simultaneously. But Gems of War is a really weird game to play that way. You can with this team, because if you block the enemy team with the YouTube thing, it wouldn't matter. It also doesn't matter if you block the board, because, you know, it doesn't matter at all because you're not touching the board ever. Other than for the Mythic, I guess. But, I don't know, it would be kind of clunky if you were playing a normal team. Because the YouTube interface for the little pop-up thing would be covering the screen. But there might be some kind of creative way around that. I don't use phones enough to really know. You watch on Switch. Switch would be under the category of console. A TV's in your man cave, nice. I feel like if I ever got my own house, I would have something like that. I never have in any house I've ever had. Well, because they're not my houses. But I definitely need a room like that. Because right now my current room is like split in half. There's the sleeping portion and then the entire computer setup portion. That mixes like everything we have together. Like this is such a messy setup here. Got our TV, got our double computer, kind of the rest of the stuff we need for the stream. All divided by a green screen. You're using all the above? Nice. I don't feel like I use console or TV that often to watch YouTube. Oh, what was your question? My bad. Oh, we got a Volky. Nice. Let's see. You have a question? Please, if you give the stream a like, but take it back. Like, wait, what? If I give the stream a like and take it back, like tomorrow, what happens to the algorithm? I have no clue. I have no clue what liking and then unliking a video does. Not the slightest clue. Well, other than we wouldn't have a like on it anymore. But you know, like algorithm-wise, I have not the slightest clue what liking and unliking and reliking does. Because I think it's only tracking the actual number at a given time. I don't think it cares how many times you click like and then unlike over and over again. Because it's probably only looking at the total number. Because if that actually mattered for the algorithm, everyone would just say, like, make sure to spam that like button. Could you imagine if that was actually a thing? Which is probably why it's not coded to do anything like that. Could you imagine if the algorithm favored people who just kept clicking it over and over and over again? And then every single YouTube video would be like, make sure to spam that like button 100 times. That'd be kind of funny. Well, technically we'd have to spam it 101 times, so it would actually be ended on a like, wouldn't you? These would have to be an odd number. Oh, you sent a gift for the 6-year anniversary. Thank you so much. Yeah, I still haven't fixed those notification things. I keep mentioning that. I really need to. Because ever since we changed our streaming platform, not only can I not see when donations come in, but I also haven't changed it over to the other thing. I still get the money and everything. So greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let me go see the thing. What did you send it through? PayPal? Because I actually do not have a quick way of checking because I don't have the whole setup right now, but thank you so, so much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I want to go read off the thingy if you had a comment thing with it. I'm trying to do it off the slow computer, so it might take a minute. But yeah, I need to get that set up. Honestly, that's something I need to get done this week. Probably not this weekend, though. But definitely within this week. Because I'm going to set up their Stream Elements. I've never used Stream Elements before. But I heard from some people it's better than Streamlabs. And now that we're not using anything Streamlabs related, or soon won't be. I think one of our 2 donation links still go there, but I'm going to be retiring that one soon. Still need to claim all the money from it, though, and put it into the bank. I'm pretty sure there's not too much in it, because most people send it through PayPal these days, other than that other link. Soon, TM, I know, right? Let's see. Why did it not... what? I told it to open a new tab, and then it didn't open a new tab. There it goes, now open a new tab. What am I looking for? PayPal. Come on, slow computer, you got this. It'll get there in the next minute. Oh wait, we're still in a Palooza. Go Palooza, go. Let's see, there we go. Go Palooza, go. How did it not hit a loading screen? Gonna click the login. Click the little thingies. And should be able to see it. But yeah, I'll have it set up soon, so that will be way more convenient than the mess that it is now. Let's see, if I click here. Then we can finally clean up our description, too. But thank you for the $20 Canadian donation. Oh, was there not a comment on it? Oh, I was going to read the comment thing. Wait, do I have to click on it? But thank you so, so much. Oh, no, never mind. There was no comment. But thank you so much for the generous donation to the channel. Greatly appreciated. It definitely helps us a huge, huge amount. Because this channel definitely doesn't make that much money. So anything you guys ever give helps out more than you think. That is for sure. Because despite doing this for 6 years, this channel still makes like way below minimum wage. But it's a lot of fun. I get to chat with you guys. And also we don't have to pay for commute or anything. Oh gosh, internet costs way too much in this area. Like, I have the best internet you can even get around here, and it is horrible. Well, maybe not horrible, but like it is pretty average for the cost of it, relative to the cost. $300 plus Vault keys, 40 epic Vault keys so far. A slow Vault weekend for you. That's still not too bad. That's still like 3 times more than I have right now. Like, that number is like what I normally end on. Also, 40 epic Vault keys, that's actually a lot. Like, if you got 300 Vault keys, 40 epic Vault keys is actually insane luck. No wonder why you have so many powers. How on earth do you have 40 epic Vault keys and 300 Vault keys? Like, on average, you should have, closer to 30. Like, you have 10 more than you should have. Approximately. Unless you're counting pity in that number. Oh, wait, actually, if you're counting pity, then that's even luckier. Never mind. Yeah, some people make, like, insane money from donations on stream. But they also have, like, gigantic, absurdly huge followings. I feel like the average streamer probably makes, like, the average not, like, gigantic streamer, I would say probably makes, like, $10 to $20 per week from donations, I want to say. Ours is very sporadic. Like, there's some months where we make hundreds, and then other months where we make, like, 10 total. Not counting, like, Patreon and, you know, other, like, monthly things. But if you're talking, like, actual just, like, one-time donations, it's very sporadic. But it's greatly appreciated, every single one of them. Like, Isabel also paid for the pass as well. Actually, she's been covering it literally every season since, I think, Season 2. She's given us the money to buy the bigger pass. So if we're ever to cover those mythics early and all that, it's thanks to Isabel. Because honestly, otherwise, I'd probably just be buying a normal pass. But thanks to Isabel, we do buy the bigger one so we can cover stuff earlier, like on streams and stuff like that, which is greatly, greatly appreciated. Activate Super Chat? Oh no, I might once I set up the thing. I'll see. The only thing I hate about Super Chat is it takes 30%. Which means we're giving YouTube even more money on top of their billions, trillions, however many there were, if I have no clue. Because through the PayPal link, I'm basically getting 100%, other than, you know, the PayPal transaction fee. But anything that goes towards PayPal will have that fee anyways. It's basically almost 0% that it takes, essentially. It's close enough to 0 that's basically 0. But YouTube takes like a whole third of it, basically. Which is not small. Because if I'm moving it from the YouTube funds to PayPal, I'm effectively losing a total 1/3 of the amount given. Whereas something like the PayPal's nearly 0% loss. Not exactly, but pretty close to 0%. Which is the only thing I hate about their Super Chat. Like, if their Super Chat was like 10%, I'd be like, yeah, that's okay. I just feel like it's way too high of a number. I don't know, we could maybe activate it. Like, it's probably more convenient to donate that way. But then we're also giving more money to YouTube, which they definitely don't need. X minus 30% is better than 0 minus 30%. True. But I feel like people are losing more money that way. Because let's say someone donates like $20 to me. A lot of times people will think like, oh, that person's getting $20. But if we have super chats, I'm not getting anywhere near that much. Like, it's a false perception of money received. Whereas there's something like PayPal, it actually is pretty much that full amount. Also, what's even more annoying is, if I'm not mistaken, through the YouTube thing, you actually do get taxed for the base amount as well. So if you get a $20 donation, but they take 30%, if I'm not mistaken, you actually still get taxed as if you got the $20. Which is very weird. Which isn't too big a deal, because of the tax bracket that I'm in for making so little. But, because it wouldn't really raise my tax bracket. But it's kind of weird how that works. And they need to pay their server bill somehow. They already make so much. I think they'll be fine. Because they already take 45% of all ad revenue. Like, that makes sense, because trying to set yourself up that on your own is, like, literally impossible. Well, not literally impossible, but, you know, unrealistically impossible for the average person. So having to pay them that much for that makes sense. But there's no reason Super Chats would take that much of your, as a percent. You missed your foodie comment? Oh, what were you mentioning? Which reminds me, I'm actually kind of hungry. Oh, so you finally got your cheddar bacon pretzel dog today? Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, you know what I actually found the other day? I can't remember what brand it was. But, pretzel bagels. Like, pretzel bagels with, like, any kind of sandwich, they're actually pretty good. The only thing slightly bad about them is they're pretty thick pretzel bagels. But gosh, do they taste good. How can you donate? The best way is through the PayPal link. I don't know. Maybe we'll finally set up Super Chat. We'll see. I don't know, Genki, how much do you make from Super Chats? Because you said, didn't you say you enabled it? I just hate that it takes 30% of everyone's money. Which is why we mostly use the PayPal thing. Actually, is it the first link in the description? I'm not sure. I really need to clean up my description. My description is like the biggest mess I have ever seen. But when we fix the notification system, we need to go and also fix that. Oh, wait, did I do it too late? I don't think we get 4 gnomes here. No, we don't. Oh, well. Not a big deal, though. There we go. Right, let's go do, oh no, should we do some normal farming or go back to Paloozas? If you guys have any questions or anything want me to go over, do let me know. Also, we'll have another code soon as well. I did say I would hand out 2 codes. Let's see. Oh yeah, if you're clicking that thing on screen, the one that's in the description is the one for the PayPal thingy. I think it's the, let me double check, where even is it in my description? Yeah, it's the first link in the description, is the PayPal donation link. It's not actually set up through the thing because we don't have the super chats enabled. Make your donation lives easier. Yeah, super chats are a lot easier to do because it's like integrated like directly into the thing. Oh wait, why am I going here? I'm like doing as if we're doing Explore 12. Let's see, where's the thing? Let's go get ourselves the Palooza again. And make sure to actually look at the timer and utilize it. Because I think there's like twice so far to stream where I like, oh, I can't believe I forgot about the timer. Oh, Isabel's the only one who's done super chat for you. Yeah, that's my other issue with actually activating super chats. Is generally, if we're covering Gems of War, like, the number of people, like you know, there's a smaller player base overall, like compared to like, you know, some kind of absolutely massive game. And due to that, like we're generally not getting as many donations. So for us to be losing 30% on the few donations we're already getting is the main reason I pretty much never activated Super Chat. Because let's say we get like 8 donations per month. That's basically now 6 donations per month. If we had Super Chat enabled. Which means theoretically we'd have to get like almost 50% more donations to justify even enabling it to begin with. Which I'm not sure would actually happen. Which is why I've never really bothered setting it up. One person did it and they just dominoed from there. But was that from recently setting it up though? Because I feel like if we initially set it up, like we'll get a lot initially and then it'll like kind of taper off, whatever term. Whatever proper term. I don't know, if it is so much more convenient for people, I would maybe do it, I guess. I just hate the fact that it's just like burning 30% of your money. I don't know, when I set up everything else, I might look into it. I definitely need to make sure I have everything else functioning before I make sure that's functioning, though. The YouTube thing's pretty easy to set up, though, because they want your money. So it is absurdly easy. I think all I have to do is click one button and it'll be set up. But that's just because they want to take that 30% as quickly as possible. Like, I'm pretty sure I literally click one button and it's good to go for Super Chat. Like, literally one button. Like, not even exaggeration. I, like, literally in, like... I could have it set up in this stream in 10 seconds, probably. It's literally just, like, a check on-off button, I'm pretty sure. And maybe some kind of thing I have to say, like, read these terms and service and make sure you agree. But you just scroll down and click confirm. No, I'm not going to do it quite yet. I click it. I'm not even sure if that actually would do the thing. Like, even if I click it right now, I was kind of joking on if it would actually immediately work. I actually have no clue how it would function. Yeah, you can always disable it. That's always true, too. Like, you can always disable Super Chat. There is one thing I would need to check before I do set it up, though. I just need to double check where all the YouTube money is going, specifically through that amount of money. Because I believe the location I have it set up to is kind of weird currently. And I want to see if I could tweak that before I have it set up. I do it right now and watch what happens. I don't know, we'll try setting up maybe tomorrow night then. I would have to look up several things though first before I do. You got 36 event keys from the Epic Vault? Nice. Yeah, that's one of the better drops you can get. Yeah, there's some pretty good thing in Epic Vault key drop table. There's a 750 gem drop. There's a, or actually 900 if you get to 20% on it, if you do it on hard mode. I do advise doing it on hard mode when you do it, because you get an extra 20% of the loot. But yeah, it's possible to get a 900 gem drop and other things like that. Oh, thank you, big country. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Let me double check the thing. I really need to set the notifications too. Honestly, if I have time tomorrow, after all the last minute stuff I still need to get for my mom's birthday, if I have time, I really need to go like set all that up. But thank you so much for the $20 donation, Daniel. Let's see. This is money received. I'm not sure I'm reading that. From Daniel and Chad. Enjoy. Thank you so much. And always answering your questions. Oh, yeah, no problem. But yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. Always love answering questions. So thank you so much for your $20 donation as well. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Now, see, if we had Super Chat activated, that $20 would be 14. But instead, we get 19 of it because of how the transaction thing works. Like, yes, we're still losing some of the money, but, like, we would lose, like, $5 extra if that was sent through YouTube. But it would show the little thing on this chat and everything, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And I think it's based on how much you donate to, how long the chat message shows up for. I'm not sure if you can adjust that, though. I don't think you can. Though I'm not 100% certain. Actually, Gen set it up recently. You might know. Can you actually adjust how long a message shows for? Because I would want a $5 donate. Like, I would want donations to show up probably for, like, 1 minute per dollar donated. Because I know in some streams, they last, like, very short. Like, I think, like, a 5-minute donation might last for, like, 1 minute. Like, showing up the text on screen. But I'd want to have it to, like, a 1-to-1 equivalent. Because I feel like you can adjust that number, because on some streams I see it lasting for a very, very short duration. Whereas I would want it to last for a while if anyone's going to bother doing it. So that the message actually shows up for a while. Since you love answering questions, Izzy and you want to know what's in the box. You'll eventually know what's in the box. Though I kind of almost want to keep it a secret forever. Because it's funnier that way. Because I feel like I overhyped the box at this point. So I think it is better. It almost remains like never known. Oh, what I mean by that is like there's a little bar at the top when you do a super chat that has all the queued super chats and memberships. And it shows like a little thing of all the recent ones you've had. And you can check past messages that way. Almost like a leaderboard of messages. But they have like a timer on them where they go away after a certain while from that little thing. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. But if you've ever seen a stream getting a lot of donations, you'll kind of know what I mean. Like they have a timer for how long they show up all the way at the top like that. Almost like they're pinned. Like, they're not actually a pinned message, but, like, they're pinned based on amount of time, based on how much money it is. And what I want to do is, like, make that duration longer for smaller donations. Or, you know, for any donation. But, because I don't want smaller ones to, like, go away from there so quickly. Like, if someone's going to donate, I want it to be there for a while. Let us test it. I'll try to see if I can get it set up for tomorrow night. I'm not going to do it literally right now. There's just a few things I need to check and set up before I do. But yeah, we'll see if we can have it set up for tomorrow. I'll try having a whole alert system set up by then too. Yeah, I know that, Jason. What I wanted to change was, like, the duration for the thing. To make it so that smaller ones would last longer. Or, you know, not longer than bigger ones, but, you know. Like, I want all of them to last there longer. Because last I recall, like, a $5 donation lasts there for, like, a few minutes, not even. But I would want to, like, make that duration longer if there's a way to adjust it. Oh, if super chats were enabled, I might have seen your comment. Wouldn't that be funny if people actually super chatted just to make sure I would see their comment? Like, I would prefer people not do that. Or, like, you can if you want to, because I would definitely see your comment. But you don't have to, like, donate for me to see your comment. You just have to keep posting it into chat until I see it. Though, yes, technically donating your comment as a super chat would make me see it easier. Though my only concern with that is I feel like people might feel more obligated to have to do it that way. but you definitely don't need to. You just need to spam it in chat more. But yeah, Jay, what was your comment? I actually can't see it. I'm trying to scroll back. Let's see. You get a 300 gems from a... Yeah, that's what I was saying. You get a lot of loot. Yeah, if you've never farmed Vault events before, like, it's absolutely insane. Like, if you've ever, like, just started the game, or you came back to the game after, like, a few years and do your first Vault event, like, the amount of loot you get is absurd. It's amazing. And it's been around for almost a year now, too. It was probably the biggest thing that happened last year, and it happened December of last year. There's such a huge buff to resource accumulation in the game, and a great way to catch up as well. You think folks would be more inclined to donate more often via Super Chat? True. I don't know, we'll enable it and see. If nothing else, we could test it. See how things go. I just want to make sure I have all my alerts, all that, everything set up. I also want the alert to show up on screen and have it over top of the bottom bar down there. So like where the vault key thing is and all that, I kind of want to put it down there. I would need to probably have a background show up too, so it's actually like visible. You do have a question. Can Cedric get diamonds? No. He only farms gold. Oh, wait. You mean the Cedric in the Epic Vault Key, or Vault Key? Oh, yes. He has a diamond drop. He's the one where you get the diamonds from. My bad. I thought you were talking about the troop itself, because you can get him as a troop drop. But no, the actual one within Vault Keys and Epic Vault Keys, yes, he drops diamonds. The way that it works in the normal one, or if you open a Vault Key, normal Vault Key, is he has a 50 diamond drop that if you have 20% activated will give 60. And the bigger one, I believe, is a 200 diamond, I want to say. I think that's correct. It's either a 150 or 200, I can't remember. If it's a 200, it goes to 240. If it's a 150, it goes to 175 or somewhere around there. I actually don't remember off the Epic Vault Key, but I know the one on the normal one's a base of 50. That if you do it on the hardest difficulty, will give you 60, and that's how you get most of your diamonds. Because that was like what I was talking about earlier, where you could farm diamonds infinitely from Vault Keys. Is ideally you get his 60 diamond drop by having it on highest difficulty, if you can win at that. Otherwise, it gives you 50 at normal. But you can get quite a bit of diamonds that way. I'm not sure the exact drop rate of it, but it's frequent enough that you would definitely be getting probably 100, if not more, per hour. Probably even more. Like, it's definitely possible you get a couple hundred an hour from him while running Paloozas and then using those Vault Keys to try to get them from him. You could also do streams where we donate the longer you stay live. Oh yeah, I have seen people kind of do that premise. I'm not sure if I'm interesting enough to try to do that. Also, what could we possibly stream that would be interesting enough that people would want to keep watching? That wouldn't be just our normal streams we already do. Like, Gems of War would need a better infinite replay mode that we haven't already like played to death already. A Tacit After Dark stream? Would you guys donate for that? That'd be funny. Fall Guys? Yeah, there are some people that really want to see Fall Guys. I know Defiant does. Honestly, it's unfortunate that Fall Guys is starting to die as a game. Like, even I'm starting to recognize it. Like, I haven't for like a while, but as of like the last several months, like, yeah, the player base is kind of like completely dying on it. But I don't know, I really still love that game. It's still one of my favorite games that has released in the last few years. But they just haven't been updating it enough. Like, for the type of game that it is, they are not updating it anywhere near as much as they should be. And the player base is just kind of slowly tapering off because of it. You'll donate for the box story? There are plenty of nights you throw $5 to $10 to make the stream longer. Really? I don't know. Should we start having like donation incentives for it? I guess we could. I'll need to think of some kind of system though. If I'm not mistaken, I'll need to check what Stream Elements can do, because Stream Elements has quite a bit of features, way more than what the current system I have set up, which is almost nothing. And we might need to try to figure out some kind of way to do it through that. That's one of the other reasons I was considering like waiting on Super Chats as well, because they might have a better integrated system that not only takes no money, but also, you know, has like some kind of system that automatically integrates it into the stream better. I don't know. We can still check the Super Chats, because I believe Super Chats still count towards it with their system, Like, it doesn't matter if you donate through PayPal or Super Chat or any other thing. It would still count towards it. But yeah, we'll figure out something. But yeah, all your donations are greatly, greatly appreciated. It helps out a lot. But, I don't know. If you guys want to donate more through it, I guess we could set it up. Like, I wouldn't mind setting it up. If you do Super Chat tomorrow, you will donate at least $5. Fine, we'll set it up. You guys have convinced me as of this chat, or as of this stream, that we will go set it up for tomorrow. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay, so where are we? Should we just keep running Paloozas? Because at this point, I almost just want to run Palooza all night. We have enough to do so. Let me go update the number first, though. What are we even at right now? I don't think I updated on the previous one. 265.7. Oh yeah, I still haven't given out the other code yet either. Also, I would never pay lock those. Oh, let's see. We always hand out the codes. Let's see. I'm looking for my number. I'm trying to find my total. There it is. I had 2541, and now we have 2675. And for whatever reason, my brain can't comprehend the difference between those two numbers right now. It is 134. So 134, and what's the other two numbers then? 134, that's not 134. That's also not 134, there we go. I just typed that in like the weirdest way you could possibly type that number. Okay, we have 279 and we started at 266, so wait, we're at 13? No way. Wait, let me double check that number, there's no way. We started at 266, and we're at yeah, we have 13. How many epic vault keys did we just get? We like doubled our epic vault keys. It didn't even look like we were getting that many. Like, we got a few. I didn't think we got that many, though. The link above describes Super Chat and the feature you're talking about. Let's see. Wait, I don't see your link. That's weird, because you have the capability of posting links as well. Let's see. But yeah, I can't see your thing, Cookie. I'm not sure where it went. I can't see your link. I'm not sure why, but I can't see your link. It's invisible. It's like invisible ink, but it's an invisible link. Anyways, and you have mod status too, so you should be able to. Look like 30 comments up. Oh, is it that far up? Let's see. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Open in a new tab and look at it later. Anyways, maybe a variety stream where you only stream for 30 minutes, and however, for every dollar, another 15 minutes. Oh, I couldn't do it based on dollar. We'd have to make it a little bit longer than that. Like, we'd have to make it, I think, I don't know. I almost want to say dollar to minute. Though it'd probably be dollar to 5 minute, possibly. I'm not sure. I don't know. What number would you guys think it would be? Like, if we did an endless stream. Because that is a thing that some streamers do. I never really thought about doing it because I thought we would be a little bit too small of a channel to do it. But if you guys were interested in it, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't mind. It would help the channel actually make money. But I don't know if you guys would be interested in something like that. I feel like $1 per 5 minute would work because it can't be anything like too absurd. Because if it was like $1 per 15 minutes, we'd be streaming for literally like days. Like the stream would never end. If we made it that kind of increment. Let's see. Anyways, how long did Cynicals last for? Like, what was his ratio and how long did it last? Anyways, let's go to Thoropalooza. Let's see. Because I know that's kind of a popular trend for streamers to do. I've never bothered watching one. But I'm pretty sure they make a lot of money. Especially when bigger streamers are doing it. But even just in general, it's a stream type that would make a lot of money because it's literally set up to do so. I just assumed we would never get enough donations to realistically do it. He puts a cap on how long it'll be? Okay. I see. I'm not sure if I would put a cap. I'd make sure I'm well rested and probably wouldn't put a cap. Though I'd have to make sure that the interval thing isn't, like, anything too non-absurd. Like, the problem is we would need to figure out a good interval for, like, dollar to minute ratio. As long as the interval is good, it wouldn't matter if I had a cap or not. Like, if people wanted to keep donating, I definitely would not mind. But we couldn't make it like $1 like an hour because, you know, we'd be streaming for literal like weeks. It would have to be a different ratio than something like that. Alright, so it's $1 per 3 minutes then. I was considering a 1-to-1. But yeah, 1-to-3 sounds somewhat right. My only concern with a 1-to-3 with no cap is how high we would get. But that would kind of still work. I don't know, we could do that. Because if you break it down, yeah, a 1-to-3 is fine. Because if you consider how much... yeah, that would work. Yeah, a 1-to-3 actually is a perfectly fine ratio. I don't think I would have a cap on it, though. Like, realistically, I don't feel like people would donate to the point where we get to over 6 hours. But if people wanted to, I wouldn't stop them. Like, if someone wanted to. Oh, no, maybe it would get too crazy for the first one. Maybe we should have a cap for the first one. Though I'd probably set the cap at, like, 12 hours, not 6 hours. And the only reason for the cap is I have no clue how crazy people might get on the very first one. And I do not want to stream for literal days straight. You want to donate for elhay streams? Poor Key Lime took a long time to record. Oh yeah, what happened to Key Lime? Wait, what happened to Key Lime? Did he get hurt or something, or do you mean like the channel? Actually, what has Key Lime been doing on the channel? Because I know he stopped doing Gems of War and then he did some other stuff, but then he like never really like got a base back. Like, obviously, our main base is Gems of War. But, I don't know, he kind of was doing Gems of War for a while. Was doing pretty good with it, and then just, like, kind of stopped. And then did some other stuff on the channel, but it never really gained any traction. Like, if we weren't doing Gems of War, I'd probably focus the channel on, like, making 1 billion guides for literally anything Nintendo-based until they randomly hit. Like, this might almost become, like, an indie dev, or like, an indie game guide channel plus, like, anything Nintendo guide channel. And I would, like, literally just post random guides, like, every day on everything. That's, like, realistically what this channel would become if Gems of War ever, like, died. Because I'm not sure if I could find a match 3 game that feels the same void that Gems of War does. Like, it's such a, like, niche, like, really specific type of match 3 game that I don't think a different match 3 game would really quite be the same. Like, do you guys actually play other match 3 games? Actually, that'd be a good poll question. Let me pull that right now. Do you guys even play, not counting Puzzle Quest 3, actually not counting any Puzzle Quest game, because it's kind of under the similar kind of thing. But not counting any Puzzle Quest game, do you guys even play any other Match 3 game that isn't Gems of War? Let me go pull that real quick. I'm actually really curious. So our previous poll was 70% PC. Which, I'm actually surprised that's so high. I'm surprised mobile is so low. 24% on mobile vote? That's kind of weird. But thank everyone who voted. Let me go make another poll real quick. I'm actually kind of curious. Do you guys play any Match 3 game that isn't Gems of War or Puzzle Quest? Let's see. Let's poll it. Create a poll. Do you play any other Match 3 games? Let's see. Nope. Only Gems of War. I guess the other question would be, like, mobile-esque games. But I assume most people who play, like, Gems of War on mobile also play other mobile-esque games. So it's not really much of a question. Let's see. Yes. PQ. Puzzle Quest brand games. Because that would cover, like, all the Puzzle Quest-like ones. Actually, I'm just gonna do it on Nope, only Gyms of War and yes. And I'm just gonna do it that way. Let's see. Not counting puzzle quests. Games. Yep, that's not what I wanted. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it that way. Nope, only Gyms of War, and then the other one. Yes. And nope, and yes. I'm not sure why I said nope, but sure. I'm not sure why I put it first either. What a biased poll. I put the no answer first. I feel like it's gonna be the higher one though. I also biased it slightly by putting it first. It was the first one that came to mind when posting the question, so I was like, oh, I'll put it first. Normally you'd put the yes first and then the no under it. Because that's one weird thing about a lot of match 3 games. I feel like a lot of people only play one match 3 games. Like, let's say, like, another one, like Puzzles and Dragons. That's like a match 3 game that has been out for, I think, a couple years longer than Gems of War. And, like, there's probably almost no one who plays Puzzles and Dragons who plays Gems of War. Like, I shouldn't say no one, but the amount of overlap of people who, like, play Puzzle Quests, or, you know, Gems of War, and that play, like, Puzzles and Dragons. Oh, wait, did I stop the timer? Oh, no. That's bad. Well, there we go. We have no timer now. It's not too big a deal. We don't need to know these. I accidentally misclicked the thing on my mouse because I have it hotkeyed to a mouse button. And in me spamming the button, I accidentally hit it. Whoops. Oh, it's not too big a deal. It's mostly just there to hopefully get a little bit more loot. If we accidentally don't get it, it's not that big a deal. It's just there for extra loot sometimes. We should poll the age of my viewers. I don't need to. I already know. We already know that data. Thanks to YouTube. I don't think I've ever actually done a poll for it. I don't know. We could do a poll. Though YouTube literally gives me that data. Though we've never actually polled it because YouTube already gives us that data. So I don't know. I guess we could do a poll for it. Because technically YouTube polls it every stream we ever do. As well as every video we ever do. So theoretically, it's not something that ever needs to be polled. Though we could poll it just for fun. At some point, not today. Oh, sorry, what was your question, Isabel? If you pay for 12 hours stream at a time, can you get 24 hours straight? Oh gosh. I'm not sure how much that would even need to be. Because if we had a 3-to-1, what would 12 hours even be? That would be... Did I do the math right? I think it's 120. No. It's 20 times 12. It's 240. Oh no, that's so much money though. Would you actually donate that much for that? Because if we had the same one as Cynical, and we had like a 3-to-1 ratio where every dollar is 3 minutes, that would be $20 per hour, and then 12 hours would be... Oh, sorry. Yeah, 12 would be 240. I know, it seems like a lot of money. I wouldn't necessarily want to like take that much from one single person. But if people wanted to donate for that, I definitely wouldn't say no. Because I could really use the money. That is for sure. Like, this channel does make pretty little. And I have been looking into potentially trying to find ways that we could make a little bit more. I just hate taking money from people. Like, I understand they're doing it because they enjoy the content and everything. I just really hate taking money from people. Which is kind of funny because I used to be in sales and actually used to be pretty good at it. Like, deceptively good, which is probably why I don't like taking money from people. Because I used to work in the field of sales, and gosh, is it cutthroat. And after working in sales, I just, like, feel so bad taking other people's money. Even though that's literally the entire premise of, like, in how capitalism is set up. But, I don't know. Like, I get more money, but then the other person has less money. And I feel bad about that sometimes. Let's see. What other match 3 game would you recommend other than Puzzle Quest? I don't even have any recommendations. It's a genre I don't really play. Gems of War was the first match 3 game I ever played, and I mostly played it for its turn-based aspect. It just happened to have a match because I mostly play turn-based games, like turn-based strategy, stuff like that. While there are other genres I play, I would probably say my main genre is turn-based strategy games, which is probably why I got so much into Pokemon again as of recently, because it's probably like, it's Nintendo's biggest turn-based strategy, and it has been for, you know, decades. But, yeah, I would say turn-based strategy is like the main genre I play, which Gems of War is. It's a match 3 game, but it's also a turn-based strategy game. It's both. But, I don't know. It was the first one I ever got into, and I did play all the Puzzle Quest games, and by all of them I mean like Puzzle Quest 1, 2, and 3. I haven't played. I did try Marvel Puzzle Quest. It's too pay to win though. Also, I'm not into Marvel enough to care because I'm not a huge Marvel fan. Like I don't hate Marvel, but you know, like I wouldn't play a whole game based on it for that long. What was the other thing I was mentioning? But yeah, I haven't really tried too many. Like I haven't even tried Puzzles and Dragons and stuff like that. Like I know it exists. And I've seen some videos on it. Like there's one content creator who's basically like me but for Puzzles and Dragons, which I find kind of funny. What's actually kind of weird is I think I have more subscribers than him, but I think he gets slightly more viewers, mostly because I don't think there's as many people covering Puzzles and Dragons. Like he's like the main like truly like go-to person. Like he has a whole website for it. Like he's basically the equivalence of if Terran's World and a streamer were combined. Like he sets up like all those resources and everything for Puzzles and Dragons, stuff like that. Like he's basically the equivalence of if the owner of Terran's World also was like the biggest streamer for the game. Like he's pretty much like that for Puzzles and Dragons, where he runs like really important resources for the game, but also is a streamer for the game. You heard it. I do not hate Marvel. I just don't actively like it. Like, I wouldn't actively, like, if a friend, like, I actually had that when I was, in Chicago once, like, they wanted to go see, like, this new Spider-Man movie, and it's like, oh, yeah, cool, let's go see the new Spider-Man movie. But, I don't know, if I was, like, would I, like, go see the next Marvel movie? No. Like, I have literally zero interest. But, you know, if you're gonna go with friends and everything, yeah, that's a pretty fun time. But, I don't know, like, that's pretty much my thought on, like, anything Marvel, or anything, like, superhero-related. Like, I wouldn't actively seek it out at any point on my own. But, you know, if, like, some friends wanted to do it or something, it's like, okay, sure. I don't see why not. It's fun. But I would never, like, actively do anything Marvel-related. Like, I wouldn't try seeking it out under any circumstance. What about DC? I know a little enough about it that I generally think they're the same thing. So that's how good my knowledge is. I have no distinguishation between the difference on DC and Marvel. Like, you can name a character, like, let's say Batman. I have no clue if he's in the DC universe or the Marvel universe. I believe it's DC, though I'm pretty sure anyone could tear me apart if that is incorrect. Like, I have no clue. Like, how about the Hulk? I think Hulk is Marvel, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Batman is DC, Hulk is Marvel. Am I close, or am I, like, completely off? I'm just guessing at this point. What about a Pokemon? Oh, I would definitely see a Pokemon movie. Honestly, I haven't seen them for a while. What was the last Pokemon movie I saw? I know one of the more memorable ones I saw was the one, there was two that was actually pretty memorable. The one that was based around Lucario, and the one that was based around Manaphy. Though those were like Gen 4 movies. I don't think I've actually seen any movies since Gen 4, now that I think about it, like any of the Pokemon movies. Because the two that I have the, like, highest amount of memory of was the Lucario movie, I forget its name, and the Manaphy movie, and I forget that one's name as well. Because there's one based almost entirely around Lucario, who had probably one of the coolest characters ever in, not Lucario itself, well, Lucario's pretty cool too, but like the trainer of that Lucario was actually really cool. His outfit's actually in Pokemon Unite as well, but like that guy, but that movie and the Manaphy one are like the only two recollections I have of like recent Pokemon movies, and both of those were like 15 years ago. Other than that, I did see Detective Pikachu. Did they ever make a second one? I only saw the first one. But yeah, Detective Pikachu was okay. That one was a lot more based around Mewtwo. I won't spoil the thing. I wasn't spoiled the whole plot by saying more. But yeah, that one was very heavily based on Mewtwo. Anyways. What was I doing? So Palooza's done. Let's go do another Palooza. If in doubt, throw another Palooza. Gotta get the grind on. Hey, we're almost gonna hit 50. Actually, we should keep using Paloozas until we hit at least 50. How about that? Also, I still need another code. How about this? We'll hand out the code when we hit 50 Paloozas. which means it'll take either 2 or 3 because we could potentially get another Palooza on the way of getting down to that many Paloozas. Did you see the Sonic movie? I have actually not seen either. I was going to go with a friend to see the first one, but then schedules kind of got weird and then we didn't. So I never saw either of them yet because I didn't bother seeing the second one yet, and the first one, I did have plans to see it, but then didn't. So I've actually never seen either of the 2 Sonic movies. I don't know, were they any good? I've heard a lot of mixed stuff on the second one. Well, not really heard, but you know, like some like halfway perceptions. I haven't really looked into either yet. Because obviously I didn't want to like spoil the whole movie experience. Because if I am going to go see them, I didn't want to get spoiled on what the endings are or anything. I don't like how they do Eggman though. Like just from the trailers and stuff. Like I don't feel like, who's the actor that plays that? I have no clue what his name is. But, well, I don't know any actors. But, for the most part. But, I don't know, I don't like their choice. Because the way that Eggman is portrayed is like so much different than how Eggman is normally in the older games. Like, they got way too thin of an actor for it. Like, it doesn't... I don't perceive that character as Eggman. It just doesn't look like how Eggman should be. He doesn't look like an egg. How can he be called Eggman if he doesn't look like an egg? Like, I'm actually kind of curious why they didn't go down the CGI route for the Eggman as well. Like, they did it for Sonic and all that, obviously. They could have done it for Eggman, too, if they couldn't get... Like, they could still have him voice act the character. But, like, he doesn't look anything like what Eggman should look like. Like, his voice could still work, but he visually does not look like what Eggman should look like. Like, that's one of those situations where I feel like they did that just because of the name recognition of the actor, rather than for the quality of the product. You finally got the Weaver. Nice, congrats. You've been trying to get it all week, and you finally got it. Very big congrats. And a day to spare as well. Oh yeah, isn't it in Soulforge as well? So yeah, you could get it that way. You could either get it from event keys. Oh yeah, you got it from... Wait, did you just get it from the event keys you opened? That's kind of funny. Because yeah, it is in both locations. It's in both event keys and in Soulforge this week. So if you got lucky on those event keys you got earlier, probably got it. So congrats. Yeah, that's a great option to have. Arachne Weaver is among one of the best troops in the game. Also, if you don't have a web spinner yet, definitely open... Well, you probably did. If you did through event keys, you probably already have a web spinner. But getting web spinner fully traded, so you have the triple damage on web and poison, or specifically on poison. Oh no, isn't it both? I think it's on both. But so he has that triple damage thing. It's so good. His triple damage is so ridiculously good. Yeah, Arachne Weaver's a lot of fun. We used it for Guild Wars today too, didn't we? Yeah. He's most notorious for Guild Wars, probably. That and for Life and Death Weaver. Life and Death Weaver is so absurdly annoying. It's not the quickest team out there, but it is like top tier annoying. Yeah, web spinner with triple worm. I have been seeing that pop up since they fixed this glitch. That's been fixed for about a month or two now, and while I haven't seen it too often, I've definitely seen it a couple times. It's a pretty funny team. You basically get 6 goals per turn while having a triple damage effect. The only problem with that is when web spinner dies, the team kind of falls apart a bit. But up until that point, it's a really funny team. I know, we got a chest. Oh wait, did we get lucky? We actually cleared out a mythic battle without having a double cast. That was super lucky. That means one of the lower durability gnomes replaced the mythic. That was super, super lucky on us. Wait, what even is the lowest durability gnome? I'm not even sure. But whatever it was, it must have replaced the mythic. Because most gnomes on mythic can survive a hit. Soul Gnome is the tankiest, but most of them on mythic can survive a 20 damage hit. I mean a 25 damage hit. What's a good team to use with Weaver? Generally, any Empower that feeds their mana, followed by Life and Death, Arachne Weaver, and then that 50% mana start Elf Troop. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, actually. But that's the most go-to team. If you need a cheaper build, if you don't have that much, you can run any true damage hero weapon with Weaver plus Leprechaun. And then just have like one other utility troop, either another, something like a Beatrix maybe. So you can cover cleanse and all that. Can end up working out pretty good. But you definitely want hero with a true damage weapon combined with Weaver. It's a really good combo. Unless you want to use your hero's mana accumulator, but then you would need another damage source. Yeah, King Averlon. I always forget his name. Yeah, King Averlon gives all elf troops 50% mana start. This is useful because Orb Weaver's an elf, Arachne Weaver's an elf. So you can get 50% mana star on both of them pretty consistently. Because you generally use Orb Weaver when combined with it. It's not required, but it's generally the go-to hero class to use with a Weaver. But yeah, Beatrix is probably... Beatrix and Leprechaun are like the two cheapest things you could try to put in there. And then just change the weapon if you don't have Life and Death to something else. What banner? The banner depends heavily on team. However, generally, Weaver teams run a +2... normally one of the +2s go into Life and Death, so it kind of depends if you have Life and Death or not. Like, normally you go like a +2 purple, +1 green, or something similar. Though if you're running a non-Life and Death version, you almost guarantee you want to go double green into +1 something else. You can potentially even go into the double banner if you have something that uses red, like a +2 green, +2 red, -1 purple. From that one, it's the only banner that has +4 total. But most Weaver teams run +2 purple, +1 green. But if you're not running book, it might be higher purred. You go double green rather than double purple. Because Web Spinner gets a benefit from it too when you get it summoned. Because Web Spinner is really dependent on having a lot of green. Wait, did they not fix global chat? I thought they fixed it last weekend. It was only down for like a day, wasn't it? Is it still down right now? Or is it down again after not having been down? You need a break from Nobopalooza. I don't know, I'm actually having quite a bit of fun with it right now. Or do you mean you farming it specifically? Because I haven't farmed too much this weekend. I think we're at like 4 hours total as far as time to farm this weekend. So not a super high amount. It still says none? Wait, are you connected to a channel? It might have been when it was broken earlier or didn't reconnect properly. If you go to the settings underneath the global chat, you can actually change it. It might have just defaulted you to none, so you're not seeing anything. But if you manually put in a global chat number, like the number 1, it'll bring you to global chat 1. I can show that in like 6 minutes from now. I just need this Palooza to end first. For once, you got a good mythic troop? Nice. Yeah, there are a lot of bad mythics out there. Honestly, there are some commons, rares, and ultra rares in this game that perform better than mythics. Which is almost more of a good thing than a bad thing. Like, it's a bad thing when you go and finally get a mythic and it's a bad one. But it's a good thing because you can easily function without mythics in this game. Like, Gems of War is set up in a way where, yes, there are a few, like, really key mythics that are super important, but you can just get them from Soulforge eventually with diamonds. But for the most part, you can build no mythic teams and still be fine. There's so many good low rarity stuff that are better than many mythics. Because the problem that a lot of mythics have is mythics generally have higher mana costs, like 20 or above. Normally around like 20 to 24. And this is very detrimental at times because it takes a while for them to get going. Whereas a lot of low rarity stuff have mana costs from like 6 to like 12-ish or so. So they get some really, really quick casts. Especially a lot of them having power as well, so they literally start with full mana. Like the team we're using now. Which has a lot of utility purposes. Like, there's almost no bad Empower Trip in this game. There are a few. Like Tall and a few others. I have no clue why they made Tall so weak. He actually used to be better. It's kind of funny. Because they actually reworked him to try to buff him, and then they nerfed him in doing so. Because he used to remove all reds and then gain attack based on it. Which isn't anything, like, amazing. However, it's better than what he has now. It's kind of funny, because that change was actually done before Guild War came out. And if they just left him unchanged, he would actually be stronger than he is now for Guild War, because at least he would have an Empower remove red option. Because he didn't have Empower at the time when they got to change, but Guild Wars also didn't exist. But if he was basically unchanged and simply given the Empower, he would actually be stronger than how they tried rebalancing him. Which I find pretty funny. Like, if they did literally nothing, but just gave him Empower when the trait finally came out in 2.0, he'd be stronger than how he is now. And what they tried to do to him is buff him, but they actually made him weaker. What channel do you guys hang out in? You need some medals too, and you have some time or some to give. Wait, what? Oh, you mean in the chat channels? I was confused by that by the other point. But yeah, there are some that actually do like I don't think there's a designated one for it. I know when it first came out, there was actually a channel that was designated to swapping those point things. So you can get the Premier thing, or whatever it's called. Prestige. What's it called? Prestige? Yeah, Prestige system. Like, you can... There was actually a channel where you could go do the max Prestige. That and also just talking global chat. But, yeah, there was... It was set up a little bit, like, around the time when it launched. I can't remember what channel it actually was specifically. Like, in the game. But, yeah, people would just, like, exchange constantly. Just, like, spam exchange, the Prestige. But is that something slightly annoying to get maxed in the current state of the game? Because I feel like most people don't bother handing it out unless you're, like, asked. Because it's a weird system to try to get leveled in the current state of the game. Unless your guild is actively doing it, though. It does have a diminishing return when you do it on guild. Like, not all of them are weighted evenly. Because you actually get more points when someone not from your guild gives you a one of the helpful things, or whatever they're called, for your prestige. Which is why it was done a lot more in global chat rather than in your guild. Like, you can still do it in your guild. Like, have your guild mates send those helpful things so you get prestige. But it counts for way less points. It has an invisible system to it, where, like, certain people that give it to you have less points. Like, if the same person gives it to you multiple times, you get less. If the same person, if a person from your guild, as well as the same person from your guild gives it to you, it gives way substantially less. Because both of those are a parameter that makes it less. And I think there's a few other factors. Like, maybe if you get too many at, like, a given time, I think it counts for less as well. So if you get, like, 10 in 1 hour compared to getting, like, 10 over the course of, you know, a week. Like, those 10 over the course of a week, I think, count for more than 10 on one single day. There's a lot of weird invisible values to it that we aren't really fully aware of. But any amount more still helps, obviously, to get it up. Yeah, getting revered, it gives you a few extra loots. It's definitely worth eventually doing. There's a pet exclusive to it, so you can't max it. There's still no way to max it in the current state of the game. But you get an exclusive pet, and you also get a little bit more loot per day. It's not a lot, but you get like a few gem keys, a little bit of gems. It's not a super high amount, but if you base it off of like months and years, like, it starts to add up. Like, since the system has existed, I'm pretty sure I've gotten like thousands of gems from it, plus hundreds of gem keys. So even though like a few extra gems and some gem keys here and there doesn't sound like much, it adds up a lot over time. Because I think the system's been out for like, what, 3-4 years now? Which means we've easily gotten over 1,000 gems from it, plus a couple hundred gem keys. Which still isn't like a super high amount of loot in the current state of the game, but you know, it's more than you would be getting otherwise. Please explain the mechanics on Revered. Well, I don't know every mechanic on it. And the only reason you'd want to get it is because it gives you that little daily... Well, there's only two things... Well, there's 3 things you get from having max Revered, or Reverage, whatever it's called. I forgot the term for it. Anyways, we'll wait on this battle. I'm not gonna forget the timer this time. But I can go over it real quick. Wasn't there something else someone wanted me to check real quick? I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the chat. Someone was having trouble getting into chat, and that's why we were talking about chat as well. But yeah, if you ever find that chat is blank, sometimes it sets you in like literally no chats. So if I click on chat real quick, let me take Trippy first. So if I click on chat right over here, well, for one, I'm not even activated on it, but you can see like global is grayed out, and so if you're not in a guild, that would also be grayed out. If you go to settings and then click channel to, you know, like any of them, like 1, boom, we're now in channel 1. So if you find that you have no chats, you might need to do that under settings. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you meant. But here's global chat, or at least the main one, global chat 1. There are others. Anyways, there's something else I was going to do. But yeah, Revered gives you 3 things. It shows up in your profile thing over here. So, yeah, it's this thing over here. Does it even tell you anything here? Yeah, there's Respected, Honorable, Exemplary, and Revered. It also technically goes lower, however, I don't even think it's that realistic to even possibly go lower, even though it does have like a negative thing. But yeah, it's basically just these 4. Regardless of which one you're at, I believe you do get like some kind of daily bonus for it. But Revered is the highest and the max one. It does a few things. For one, it gives you a special border around your thing in global chat. So it's like gold border. If you ever wonder what those are like max Revered people. Which is actually pretty common these days because generally most people have it. Or, you know, most people have been playing for a while. So you notice like almost every single person who has any of it. Like there's also a purple one for the in-between one, and I think like a green one for the other one. But you might notice like almost everyone in the guild or global chat has it because generally anyone in global chat a lot probably already does. But anyways, you get the main reason you'd ever want to max it, there's basically 2. And it's mostly for this thing over here. Under the calendar, under the Revered. You actually get loot here. Oh, sorry, it's not gems, it's gold. My bad, it's not gems. It's gem keys and gold. My bad. I thought it was gem keys and gems, but it's actually gem keys and gold. But, well, we got millions of gold from it, I guess. But basically, you get slightly more loot. I believe the first one gives you none. The second one gives you 1 gem key every week. The other one gives you 2 gem keys every week. And then when you have it at Revered, it gives you 3 gem keys every single week, which is the main loot that you get from here because obviously the gold is not that much. But, yeah, it gives you a little bit extra resources. That's like the only main reason you'd want to get it. The other thing is, when you actually get it maxed, you get an exclusive pet. That actually cannot be maxed all the way, oddly enough. But you get this little kitty. It was one of the dragon kitties, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it? Where is it? Is this one? No, it's not that one. You can tell because we have more than 1 copy. Where is it? It's not you. Where's the kitty you get from Max Revered? I can't remember its name. There it is. Revered Dragon Kitty. But yeah, you get this when you hit max. It is currently not maxable though. It is one of only 2 pets that is actually literally impossible to be maxed. It's Revered Dragon Kitty, and this is the one you get from hitting Revered, obviously. It's literally called Revered Dragon Kitty. But the other one that actually can't be maxed is the, I think 25? Wait, 20 or whatever the anniversary was for 505 games. Where are the balloons? Where are they? I know exactly what pet it is, I just can't find it in all this mess. There it is. That one and the 15-year anniversary pet of 505 games. Those are the only 2 pets that are actually literally impossible to have max. Like there's literally no way. It's never been mass obtainable. So those are the only 2. Revered Kitty and the 15th anniversary for 505 games last year. That pet has never been available since. Maybe at the 16-year anniversary it'll be available again. But currently it is unmaxable under any circumstance. Anyways, where were we? Should we throw another Palooza? Let's actually hand out another code. Let's go hand out our second code to the stream. Go from there. Let's see. I think I said I was going to do it at 50, but we'll do it now. Let's see. I'm trying to find where on earth this is. There it is. Oh, that's not it. That's it. Oh, wait. Why'd I click this? I forgot the other computer's still being slow. No! Wait. I think I stun locked it. Oh, no. Okay. I need to give it a minute. And now I can't get back to chat easily. Oh, no. Okay, let me just go back to chat and just... Oh, no, never mind. It loaded. It loaded. Right, hopefully it won't take too long. I'll put that there. I'll put that there. Oops, that's not what I want. Oh, that, gosh. It's so delayed. It didn't actually do all my inputs. There it goes. And now we put this here. Gosh, if we do get a bunch of donations soon, one thing I should probably put it towards is replacing this other computer. Because, gosh, do we need, like, a replacement for this? And it will help out the streams, because I probably waste at minimum, like, 15 to 30 minutes per day due to this computer being so slow. Not my main computer, but my side one. The only thing I need to figure out is how to move the Photoshop software that's on it, because I don't want to have to pirate it. And I actually have like a, you know, legit thing for it and all that. And I want to move it to another computer. The problem is it's on a disk, and I need to like look up how to move it to a different computer. Like ideally the one I'm using now. Anyways, I'm gonna go put that there. But there you guys go. There's the code. Use on gems. Well, you guys know by now. Anyways, let me stop the timer. Let's go do another Palooza. I think this might be our last Palooza though, because I kind of wanted to go down till we got to 50, and I believe we have one more left. Let's see. I think we'll do one more Palooza and then call it a night, I think. Because, yeah, that'll bring us down to 50 then. Alright, let's go do a Palooza. And there you guys go. There's the code. Enjoy. And if you guys still have any other questions or anything I missed, because I'm pretty sure I've missed so much chat this stream, feel free to leave it. And we'll go over it. I really need to get better at reading chat, that is for sure. You can have more than one. Wait, you can have more than one? How? Wait, can you have more than... Oh, yes. You can have more than one, but the event only happened... Wait, no, you can't. Wait, how? Because the only way it's ever come out was they gave you one for the anniversary. Oh, yeah, and as NASA mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. What buff does the anvil pet give? None? Isn't that a cosmetic one? I'm pretty sure it's cosmetic. The only thing that the anvil pet does is it counts as a broken spire pet. It's a cosmetic one that you get while upgrading the Soulforge, because you eventually get the capability of creating the anvil, but it's a completely cosmetic pet. It doesn't do anything. It can count as an additional broken spire pet for you, but it doesn't do anything specifically. It has no bonus. It's cosmetic. Oh, you can get it from $2 offers. Okay, never mind. Interesting. But even if you bought every $2 offer that ever showed up, I'm pretty sure you still wouldn't have it max, because you only get 2 copies at a time. Which means you'd have to see the $2 one. How many copies do you need? You'd have to find it like 20-something times. And it would also cost you like $100-something, which is exceedingly not worth it. I'm pretty sure no one has done that. Not only would you have to get lucky enough to see him, like not only would you have to have enough pets upgraded so that he would normally be the one that would be your upgrade offer, but you would also need to spend like over $100 or something. Like I'm pretty sure no one has done that, because it's so expensive, plus the amount of RNG you would need, or the amount of pets you would already need to have upgraded, is so high. I'm pretty sure most people are just waiting for the 16th anniversary of 505 games, so they hopefully have a pet event for it, because they might just redo the 15 one instead of making a new one, because I highly doubt they're going to start making a pet for that every year. They do it for their own anniversary for the game of Gems of War. However, I highly doubt they would ever do one every year for 505 games. But now that 505 games owns them, who knows? Maybe they do. Because technically, they're as much Infinity Plus 2 as they are 505 games now. Technically. So maybe they will do a 16-year anniversary pet for 505 games. And if they do, then maybe we'll be able to get the last year's pet again. There's one of only 2 that is basically impossible to max. And by basically impossible, I mean it's impossible. Like, no one's going through the amount of hoops you need to have that thing maxed. At least until it gets an event anyways. Oh, you're 500 Volkies and 30 Epic Volkies? Nice. Actually, my number's not updated. I'll make sure to update it after this last Palooza. Oh no, you're on a Gnome dry spell. That's unfortunate. We've been doing pretty good this stream. I'm actually really happy with our amount of loot. Though honestly, we're probably on the pretty average side. But honestly, Vault events are such good payout that even average is insanely good. But now that I look at it, our numbers are actually really average. Because realistically, you should be getting about 1 Epic Volkey per 10 Volkies. So us being 134.13 is like as average as you could possibly get, pretty much. Well, as average as you can get would be 130.13. Well, we're pretty much right at what you would expect from a Vault event, which is still really good loot. Still insanely good loot. Yeah, honestly, we should probably do that at some point. Do a whole stream where all we do is open vault keys. I need to do that at some point. Not anytime soon, but maybe leading up to next vault event. Maybe on like a Thursday before a vault event. Like next vault event. Like the one for next month or whenever it is, or in June. We might do a stream on that Thursday where all we do is open vault keys. Like maybe even that Thursday night. Like the whole stream will just be us doing the dailies and then opening vault keys until we get it. Or basically until reset or something. Oh, sorry, I didn't see what. Did you see that the Fool is now in the vault key drop table? Oh, I did not notice. That must have been added pretty recently. Because that was added, normally they come in like 4 to 6 weeks after the event thing. So I guess that makes sense. Because it has been that long since the event. Because that's generally how they come out. It's several weeks after the campaign pass they are added to the drop table. Does your Zugov team only work with Slayer maxed? It definitely requires triple damage burning. It doesn't have to be Slayer, though Slayer works best. The main reason Slayer is so good is it has Perpetual and Rage. But it does require a triple damage burning option. While Slayer is the best under that category, it does theoretically function with any of them. Ideally one that has Enrage. The Slayer is the best one for Enrage, though. Do Terror Guards get used when crafting a Mythic? No. They do not get consumed. So if you created a Leonis Tower, you would keep the, you would get both the Leonis Tower and keep your card. No troops are consumed when making a card. Nor are any weapons ever consumed when making a card. Weapons and troops are never consumed when crafting stuff in Soulforge. The other resources are, but weapons and troops are never consumed during a craft. So like when you make a Dawnbringer, you don't use the 3 weapons. When you make a Duskbringer, you don't lose the 3 weapons. When you make like Leonis Tower, you don't. When you make a Zugov, actually Zugov doesn't use anything like that, but you know, anything like that. Like in Rage Karendare, you don't lose the Heart of Rage. You don't lose anything like that. Except that one time, yes. Except when in Rage Karendare first came out, there actually was a Heart of Rage consumption. However, that was fixed within a few days. Not sure if that was initially intended, but there was so much backlash that they basically had to make it not that way. Like the amount of backlash that occurred very quickly by entirely paying people, because you have to keep in mind, every single person who got gypped from it was a paying player. So they were like, oh, we gotta fix this quick. We're losing money by not fixing this. So they were very quick to fix that within like a few days. Because the only people that affect were literally the entirety of people who were paying, because the only way you could have Heart of Rage at that time was to have paid money for it, either $10 or $25. So they fixed that real quick. But yeah, because of that, everything like that does not get consumed, which was kind of the assumption of a lot of people. I'm not sure if that was just initially a glitch or what, but they definitely fixed it very quickly. That is for sure. How does the Dust Devil do extra damage? It's because of Ironhawk. This team is not accessible earlier on in the game. But basically, the ability of Ironhawk is it deals 5 damage to all enemies when you cast a spell, and I have 2 of them, and they do stack. So every time I cast a spell, I do 10 damage to everything. So we're doing 10 damage here when we cast this, and now we do 15 damage because Dust Devil has a base damage of 5, and then does 10 more because the other Ironhawks. Unfortunately, Ironhawk's really hard to get. However, since you didn't have to use any diamonds because you got the troop off of event keys, I would highly advise saving 8,000 diamonds for when you can get double Ironhawk. You'd have to wait till he cycles back in Soulforge, and that could be a couple months. However, it is so good to have double Ironhawk. Like, we still need to make an updated Mythic tier list video, but he's literally like S+ tier. Like, I'm literally making a tier probably just for him. He's either going to be the top of S, or he's going to have his own spot all the way at the top. Because he just farms vault events too well to not be the best troop in the entire game. Like, from a doesn't win battles perspective, it's probably like B tier or C tier Mythic. But from a do you get infinite loot, he's like S+ tier. Like, just because of how quickly, like, essentially, the reason I consider him so good is he's the quickest way to farm loot in the entire game. And farming more loot means you have more Mythics, you have more resources to upgrade those Mythics, you have more ways to upgrade stuff. And that makes everything you have stronger. So theoretically, Ironhawk makes everything stronger. even if you're not actively using it, because he gave you resources that allowed you to make everything stronger. So in that regard, I would consider Ironhawk the best troop in the game, at least currently. Because all the quickest farming methods, like literally all of them, use Ironhawk. Most notably, farming vault events. Oh yeah, you could use any power here. Some people use greed instead because it gives some gold, but has a little bit of a delay. But yeah, I'm just using this priest thing. It doesn't really matter what it is as long as it has extra turn. Any extra turn and power would technically work there. The main reason for priest is it has the least delay, because it doesn't have like any kind of like slow follow-up like greed does. But yeah, Sister Superior is the name for that troop. You get it from Bounty Hunter if you haven't already. You can also find it in gold keys and glory keys, so it should be pretty easy to find. Like, these two are super easy to get. The other two is the problem. Double Ironhawk is super hard to get, though getting Priestess and Dust Devil is super easy to get. So what tier is Fairy Godmother? Definitely at least A. Due to how much you can backfire, I don't feel like I could put her in S. She's definitely a very high A, though. Though she might be very low S. I might put her in very, very low S just because of how unique she is. But it'd probably have to be like all the way at the end of S tier. The lower end. I either want to put her in very low S or high A. Like, her ability's so unique, but the amount of backfire it has makes me like hesitant to ever put her in S. Because she can easily just make you auto-lose a battle. She's around wherever you would possess King. They both serve a very similar purpose in a very different way. Because they're both a very weird form of alternative mana accumulator, but used for completely different things. But I consider them basically as the same kind of type of troop. They just do what they do in a very absurdly different way compared to each other. These Possessed Kings more so for like Skull spam teams, Doom Skull spam teams, stuff like that. Anything that really wants to explode a bunch while being able to also do extra turns. Whereas she's basically feed things that are full mana blocked, full mana instantly, and hope the enemy doesn't get full mana. How do you get the pet gnome baits? They are money locked. Both of the baits are money locked, and there's no way to get them without money. And also, Cursed Gnome Bait, I don't think there's been a single time you could even buy Cursed Gnome Bait, which is kind of weird. It exists within the game, but I don't think they've ever sold it. But no, there's no way to farm either of them. I wish there was. Like maybe some kind of hard recipe to craft it or something. But they're both money locked. I've never actually used either. And I'm pretty sure Cursed Gnome Bait has literally never been available, even though it exists within the game. Have they? I don't know. Has it been viable yet? Does anyone remember? If it has been, it's only been once, and literally only once. But I don't think it's ever even been available. Or if it was once, and I just forgot about it because it was only once. But they're both not worth it. Like, they both cost way too much money for what they do. You're going for Zugoff next? Nice. Yeah, Zugoff's pretty good to get. The problem is getting that many powers, though I would highly advise farming this Vault event more if you're looking for Zugoff. You won't be able to completely get him within a day, but if you farmed for like 10 to 12 hours between now and Monday reset in the morning, or, you know, basically until the end of Friday, sorry, until the end of Sunday, I mean, you could theoretically get like a third of a Zugoff or half a Zugoff within that time. People still buy them, true. I would not advise buying them, though. They're really horrible value. I'm sorry, Isabel, I didn't see your chat. What did you say? I'm sorry. Is it that your chat's not showing up, or am I just missing it? Let's see. I missed your flossing comment. Oh, it was your flossing comment. Flossing to dance or flossing to floss? Let's see your comment. I didn't see. Did you see that the full is now in drop table? Wait, what's Isabel's comment though? I read that earlier. Wait, what was your flossing comment? I don't even see it visibly. Could you post it again, Isabel? I literally do not see it in chat. I went all the way up. To around the first point where you said it. It was once in the offers for curse bait. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was available once. Oh yeah, I see it. One says an offer. You said it there. Okay, I see it. And 629 Volkeys and 58 Epic Volkeys. Nice, congrats. Hey, speaking of which, Epic Volkey. Great to see. Oh, this is our final battle too. I don't know, I almost feel like streaming a little bit longer. But honestly, I'm starting to get pretty hungry. I did not eat dinner. And it is 11 p.m. Or almost 11 p.m. Pretty much 11 p.m. So, I do think I'm going to call it here. Though I am actually awake enough to keep going, but I am kind of hungry enough that I should probably stop for food. Because I don't want to eat too late. Like, even if we kept going. Like, I wouldn't want to eat at, like, past midnight. Even though I sometimes do. But I've been trying not to. So, I think I'm going to call it here. So I can eat before midnight hits. At a somewhat reasonable time. Before it's literally tomorrow. But, yeah, we'll still grind a bit tomorrow night. Exactly how long, we'll see. But, we will call it here for now. Thank you everyone for their generous donations. Greatly appreciated. We'll see if we activate Super Chat by tomorrow. There's several things I would need to set up. It's not just like the Super Chat thing. There's multiple things I would want to set up. And if I can have like literally all of it set up by tomorrow, then we'll see. And go from there. But you guys haven't convinced me. We'll do it and see how it goes. If anything else, we can always disable it if we really need to. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. As always, greatly appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Keep in mind, you still have a whole day to farm the Vault event weekend. There's still 1 day, 4 hours, and 11 minutes left to farm the Vault event. So still plenty of time, a full whole day. So if you have some time within that time, highly advise grinding, as is the best time to be farming Gems of War at any point. There's one about every 6 weeks, so those 3 days when it's available, including tomorrow. Definitely a great time to grind. And don't forget to finish up Guild Wars if you haven't already. Technically, you can actually do all your Guild War battles on 1 day. Like, you can literally do them all tomorrow if you want to. I wouldn't advise doing that, because you could end up making your guild lose some of these other days for that 100% EXP bonus and all that. But theoretically, you can actually do all 6 of those battles on the final day. I'm not sure how many guilds are paranoid about that if you do that, they might kick you. However, if it's a more casual guild, you can literally just do them all on the final day if you really want to. I know most guilds do them, you know, like, actively. Like, as you can see here, everyone has already done every single day up to this point. However, it is theoretically possible to do them all on the final day if you really want to. Hey, we're actually in number 1 in this bracket. Cool. Does bracket 4 move up 2 or only 1? Does anyone actually know? Because we'd actually be in bracket 2 for the first time in, like, years if that happens. Bracket 3, I think we've been in somewhat recently, but bracket 2 we have not been in a very, 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 very long time. It has been absolute ages since we have been in bracket 2. I think we only move up 1 in bracket 4, but I completely forget how the system works in the final few brackets, because it's a little bit different than how the lower brackets work. Anyways, guys, I'm going to catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, as I mentioned. Enjoy your weekend. Best of luck with the Vault event. Best of luck with everything else. And, oh yeah, update our Vault numbers. Yeah, I guess we can go update those Vault numbers real quick, because I will forget to do it if I don't do it now, so good call. Because they will not be updated at the beginning of tomorrow's stream if I don't do them literally right now. So yeah, I'll go do that real quick before we end out. So let's see, 266, so I have 19. Oh gosh, we did so good on Epic Volkeys today. We started with 3. We're leaving with 19, which means we found 16 Epic Volkeys this stream. That is insane. That is some really, especially for how little we farmed. Or not little, but you know, like based on duration farmed to Epic Volkey paid out, that is actually pretty solid. Anyways, 2741. Though we did do Nomapalooza almost the whole time, so that's probably why it seems so high. Hey, we're actually at exactly 200. That's funny. So we're at exactly 200. Oh wait, we're actually below average on Epic Volkeys though. Ooh, that's not good. We should actually have 20 Epic Volkeys right now. Ah, there we go. 219. There we go. Numbers have been updated. Hey, what's tomorrow's Guild War color day? At least for PC Mobile anyways. We're doing Yellow Day tomorrow. Let me just show the team that we're doing. We're not gonna like battle with it. I think it's the same one we always do. But then again, I don't use Gorgulfa these days because I feel like it's too slow. I've actually switched into a very, 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 very weird build. Though I'm sticking with it. I'm running a divinish. This is basically old meta divine team without the green-blue weapon because you can't do the green-blue weapon because it's not yellow. But this is basically the old meta of pure divine, but with a different weapon because you're not allowed to use the that one green-blue weapon. But this actually used to be meta back in the day before Ubistet and Divine Ishbala got nerfed. Basically, every Divine that wasn't Infernus that was in the meta at the time got nerfed all at once. But yeah, this used to be a very strong meta at one point. It's still good, usable in the current state of the game. It's just way weaker than what it once was. But it's still a functioning team. We'll roll with it tomorrow. It's a fun team to use, if nothing else. Which is good for Guild War teams these days. Because the meta is just like so like stagnant. That's fun to just change things up. Even if it's not the most optimal. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys soon. Enjoy your weekend. Best of luck on the hunt. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.